going now? Just let me know.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome again, my wonderful Dungeoneers, to the world of Exandris. Beautiful and whimsical in every way, shape, or form, for all sorts of odd anomalies, such as yourselves. I don't know why I was using British accent for that long, but I'm gonna stop now. So, let's get a little bit of a recap. You know how it's not given a recap in a long time. Uh, Actually, who's the last person to give a recap? Does anyone remember?
I think Ricky gave it last
I think it was
time.
Ricky.
Ricky?
Yeah, it was
It
Ricky.
was Ricky. All right. And then, does anyone remember before that? Because I
think
know
it
the
was
person I
me.
make. Okay. So I remember the person I do the most is always left because I like when Alim gives explanations on stuff.
It's very
So-
But
funny.
Cynthia.
So you know what? You know who I haven't asked in quite some time. Elliot, it's your turn. Tell us what happened last session.
Elliot and Ajax got on a train. Fucking, we fought a big rock thing. The people in Ence's Rest fought fucking. Was it like a? I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was like a shape-shifting type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I don't think that they know what it is either. They just know its last description
Yeah.
was a lizard folk that it didn't seem quite
Yeah,
right. It seemed that
yeah.
piece of its body contorted in all the wrong
Something like
ways.
that. I wasn't
Yeah, it
sure
was-
what it actually was either, of course, but you know, it makes sense. Yeah, that's
Gotta
all I know
mention-
how to describe, because I think in images, not words.
Gotcha. No worries. I am the same way. I would also like to remind.
I had a wooden
um,
skeleton.
I also
With
like
skin
to
on it.
remind people of Freyr's epic feat at the end of the golem fight, where essentially they rolled super high and were able to grab onto the rock that had the last node and smash it against the torso, destroying the node and killing the beast. And then they learned that golems are actually living creatures as well, just that,
Oh, yeah.
that their anatomy is much different.
Celotus fed me
CR.
part of it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they-
Celotus ate a part of it.
Celotus ate its heart. I ate its lungs.
I don't remember what part Celotus gave me, but I ate it too.
Oh yeah, they give you Celotus.
I was like, you hungry?
You're hungry? One drop?
Sorry, I'm just typing something. Okay. That's very true, very true. I'm so glad that there's lots of things that we're remembering. We had some amazing, a really cool fight in Enzo's Rest as well, where essentially they're learning about this strange creature. And it's actually I think that's where we're gonna continue. We're gonna go back to our team, our friends in Enzo's Rest. And the last time we saw them, they were just thinking about how they're going to deal with the strange siren that's dressed as a nun or occulted as a nun. And as they were debating and thinking, discussing the situation, the strange lizard folk that seems to not have any eyes, sockets are eyeless, and its mouth is toothless, seems to just be gums and sockets, empty gums and sockets, has just come back to life and is making its way towards you guys. May I have you guys over in this rest roll, except for Ollie, except for left. Well, let me cook.
What did I miss?
I know it's a,
Sorry, I went to go get my food.
yeah, no worries. I'm just going back to Enza's Wrestle. Can I have the three of you who are in that combat roll for initiative right now? New order, new initiative order, new day, new order.
Reminds me when they used to roll new
Let's put-
initiative every turn.
Yes. Let's put that in the
Some third
chat. In the real
edition.
chat. Some 3rd edition shit, dude. That's us. 8-3 and hold on, let me roll my own initiatives. Oh fuck, never mind. I thought I was rolling great, but I wasn't.
I got a nat 1 plus 2.
Oh,
That's crazy.
all right. Okay, now I have your initiative order. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Ollie, can you also roll me for initiative as well? But I'm going to need that for later. Is there something else?
All right.
Thank you.
Shit.
Let me see.
Going to see who wins in the fight between Ollie and some bread, whether the bread
I
chokes
got
him or
a
not.
4.
Okay.
The bread chokes him.
Yeah, Ollie died to the
He
bread.
needed-
I'm
It
sorry.
was
Left has
DC
died.
5. DC 5 Constitution saving throw. And he died.
God damn. Okay. So the strange creature is now back on its feet. It looks you guys, or it looks like it's trying to look you guys in the eyes, as its neck it's strangely stiff but limp neck kind of flops a little from side to side as it starts pacing towards you guys. It looks like, Orali, it's your turn. What do you do?
Cry.
Ah.
Cry.
Um, is there anyone else around? I cast cry. How is there anyone around the creature? Any like people?
Yes, I'd say you do
Like,
recognize
can I?
there are a couple of people around because it's still a crowded area, and violence in combat isn't something that's not like uncommon in Enza's Rest. So most people are just ignoring the combat that you guys are having.
Mm. Okay. Mm. Hold on. Mm, I don't know what to do. I guess I will. Mm,
Or movement and ability checks are also an option always.
because the issues that we already like in the last one, we saw that the weakness is that their skin is sewn on, and now we know it's like a wooden frame because Carmela like opened it up. Um,
Well, I'm not sure if Carmel ever mentioned that to the party. I know so something that they
she did
noticed.
everything that you had said. She said she would tell us.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
This is hard. All the things that I have wouldn't work on like the thing.
Hey, you may certainly try. Remember that you never know what will or what won't work.
It's being weird.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you can always change up your turn
They
also
said
with
the
other people.
Wi-Fi is acting up.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries.
Yeah,
my fault.
no, it's their Wi-Fi does that sometimes. Hello, tell me what you want to do and I'll say it. Tell me what you want to tell me what you want to do and I'll say it for you. While your Wi-Fi's down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's
Okay.
up?
So Auralia wants to roll an insight check to see what its next move is and where it's going and who it looks like it's attacking.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an insight roll then.
Insight roll. Okay. 18 plus 8.
Ooh, that's a good roll. So if you can relay this to them, or if they can hear me,
Can you guys hear him? Hear them? Okay, I'll relay it to you then.
so, um, they have a very keen eye. It seems, and they're able to
Very keen eye.
kind of.
I'm gay.
See.
It seems that they're pretty good at like reading the creature's movements, though it seems very sloppy and a little nonsensical. There is some sort of order to it. It seems that it's specifically heading towards the nun. You notice, like, it seems that's like its trajectory, so it is heading towards you guys, but it's mostly heading towards the nun itself. If you take a guesstimation.
You guys hear that? It's going towards the nun. They're on a hot spot. So give them a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Is Kit still near the nun?
I'd say yeah. You can tell that everyone's kind of roughly in that area. These three are very close, I'd say.
Um, and it's obviously not Kit, but can I cast Mage Armor on Kit?
You have mage armor?
You have Mage Armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it if you like to cast that. No, take your turn, yeah.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay, how much does mage armor give?
She said it'd be 13 plus dex.
She said 13 plus that. Yeah, 13 plus that.
Okay, what's your dex?
What's your dex?
13.
It'd be your dex. My dex?
It's plus my dex?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. +1.
Okay.
So it'll be 14.
Okay, so that means your armor now is 14 right now. Gotcha. AC is now 14. Macaroni
Isn't
pepperoni.
their AC already a 14?
I'm gay.
Let me ask, what is your current AC?
Remember, because you get +3 for live armor.
Also, let me ask you something.
Yeah,
I
already have
I
I already have 14.
Are you currently wearing armor? I just want to ask that. I didn't mention that.
I think I'm just wearing the chest plate, so yeah.
Okay, so as you cast mage armor, it seems because you're already wearing armor, the magic effect like appears but dismisses.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, you cannot wear armor and have mage armor on. It's either or.
Okay. Is that her turn?
And yeah, I'd say that ends your turn unless you want to walk around. You use insight and
Yes,
also cast a spell. So. All right.
I guess
over
I would
to-
just move. I would
Oh, go
just
ahead.
move a little bit to be in front of Kit.
Okay, smart. All right, let's see. All right, it's the creature's turn. The creature's quite slow right now. It seems that it's still redoing its stitching at the moment. You can see as like the thin lining of golden weave that keeps its limbs together is slowly creeping through the little crevices and cracks of cuts that you've made into it. It's still leaking the strange goop from its orifices, and it slowly approaches you. I'd say it's now currently in front of you, Aurelia, since you're standing for a Kit and Kit is standing in front of Nun. It seems to not be paying attention to Carmilla, just very focused on the nun and getting to the nun. And that would end its turn. No attack, just movement. So that would go for now. Let's go for next person. So Kit, it's your turn.
Guess since I'm on the floor, am I? Well, I'd get back up. Or yeah. Can I don't know if this is right, but can I do like a passive perception of like how close the nun is to me?
Yeah, you can definitely do perception to check that. I mean, what's your passive perception? I'd be honest. I feel like it's right in front of you, so you can pretty easily tell. What's your passive perception?
It's 12.
12? Yeah, I feel like you could easily tell how much they're in front of you. They're like maybe a couple inches away from you. You're not too far away from them. Any closer, you guys are basically holding hands.
I guess to stop the other creature from getting closer to us, I want to mold earth or cast mold earth.
Read out the spell.
Since it's a cantrip, I'm not using a spell slot.
Yep. Good.
You can choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range and that fits within a 5-foot cube. You can manipulate it in one of the following ways. If you target an area of loose dirt, you can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it 5 feet away. This movement doesn't have any enough force to cause damage. You cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on the dirt, spelling words. This change lasts for an hour. If the dirt or stone you target is is on the ground and cause it to become difficult terrain. Alternatively, you can cause the ground to become normal. I want to do that specifically. Make the ground around the other creature difficult to move around.
Okay. Okay. So it seems that all the ground around all of you is now currently difficult terrain. So you guys are gonna have a lot more difficulty to move around. Because it's a range of 30 feet, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
No, it is 30 feet. You're right.
yeah. It's a range of 30 feet, and you guys are like maybe like a couple of feet away from each other. Like, so I'd say, yeah, the whole ground is currently difficult terrain. So just keep that in mind, gamers, and that's it. So yeah. You can see the creature wobbles a bit, like it's a little difficult for it to stand, but it keeps itself mostly propped up. Almost like if its shoulders are being pinched up to stay up, I'd say. And with that, do you end your turn with that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I can't really do like an investigation check or something.
Yeah.
Or no, actually,
Then
wait.
Oh.
Actually, no. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it there because you already said all right. Is
Okay. All right. So, Lef, you're currently walking around in the plaza, just enjoying a stroll. And in the corner of your eye, you notice your friends are in a very odd predicament. You can see it from the corner of your eye as they're kind of like looking around and gazing on the market goods and wares. What do you do, Lef?
I say hi. Hi, what are you doing over there?
How do you guys respond? If you guys respond.
Damn, okay. I guess they forgot about
Sorry,
me.
I was eating.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was eating. I would have been like, hey, uh, just, a little, fight, I guess.
Oh, okay. Are you fighting bad guys or
I'd say so, yeah.
evil people? Okay. Wait, so you need my help? I'd be happy to beat up some bad guys.
That would be really nice.
All right, just point me at him and I'll start blasting.
Okay.
Let me loose like the attack dog.
No, my God.
Gonna let the dog out.
I'll assume that Aurelia points in the general direction then. You can see the creature. You now are aware that there's this strangely lanky and kind of jagged shaped lizard folk. It also looks a little odd to you as well. Doesn't look like it moves properly or it's even put together properly. And it seems to be luring itself closer to your team. So,
Does it
How?
look intelligent?
uh, I'd say from your angle, it doesn't look very intelligent.
All right. I'll take a moment to just approach and like observe the situation before I actually start blasting.
All right. Give me a perception check so you can perceive your environment.
A 12.
A 12. Okay. So it's now made aware to you as you approach the situation and you look around. Um, it's a little difficult for you to walk on this terrain. As you see, it seems the ground is shifted. Um, you also notice that it seems that Auralia and Carmilla are very on the defensive of whatever the hell is in front of you. You notice the creature itself has no eyes or teeth, and it seems like its head sags around. You can also see as Kit has their hand placed on the ground, and it seems like magic is flowing from it to kind of move the terrain around. So you can see your friends are a little uneasy at whatever the thing is that's in front of them.
Ooh, all right. Can I do an action?
Yeah, go for it. You just kind of walked around, so I'll let you do it. Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
And sometimes I'll let you guys roll for it. Sometimes I'll let you guys. I'll be a kind DM and do it. You know, I'll spiff the rules a little to let you guys have some good action.
All right. I want to cast a wind wall between the creature and us.
Okay, read out wind wall real quick. Just to
Yep.
remind me of them all.
A wall of strong wind rises from the ground at the point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose as long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. And
So, mhm. Yeah.
basically all small objects just can't pass through it. So if the creature tries to go through the wall, it's going to take damage, but otherwise it's fine.
So are you blowing it in its direction? I'd say, and it just like kind of blows something in a different direction, correct?
Basically it just creates a wall, and
Mhm.
if stuff tries to go through it, they either take a lot of damage, or if it's like small objects, they're just knocked away.
Gotcha.
And
And
it
I have to do a
lasts
strength
for
saving.
1 minute.
Okay. So 10 turns. And I have to do a strength saving throw, right?
Yeah.
This is a 17 beat it.
17.
Yes.
Where do I check what the thing is?
What's your strength?
My strength?
But isn't it of the spell? You said
Yeah,
wind wall,
it's
right?
Yeah.
save DC.
I think I have the same spell, but let me double check.
Let me look at the
Let me
spell
see
real
that.
quick too.
It's
Is there a number to beat for that?
I'm checking. Give me a
it
second.
should be
Yeah,
on
I'm
your spell
wondering-
save DC, like
I'm
left
checking it right
specifically.
here. Wind wall.
Hmm.
It doesn't give me a specific number on wind wall natural thing. So
I'm being
Oh,
real
I
spell
just
save
go with your
DC is
strength.
13, so yeah.
13. So yes. Okay, so it's not knocked back, but it is like the wall is in front of it currently. I'd say because of just how eerily close it is to Auralia. Auralia, can you also give me a strength check as well?
Oh no.
Wait,
Yeah,
the
or I
wall's
have
just
negative
a
one.
foot thick. Is Auralia like less than a foot from the creature?
This creature is like couple inches in front of them. Like
Oh,
Auralia is the only
damn.
thing standing between like it completely getting whoever is behind it. They are the foot of this thing.
Thank God. Thank God it's 7.
Wait, so do I damage
think I'll get
Auralia?
7.
Yeah. How much damage did it though?
All
Did
right.
you roll?
So since the creature successfully got its throw, that means it just takes half of the damage. So I still damage it.
Okay, it still takes damage. All right. So how much
So
damage am I taking?
damage the creature for 8.
Ooh, okay, that's some good damage. That's some good damage against this little guy.
And let's see.
So they take full damage.
Oh, and Auralia takes 9 damage. Because I rolled 3d8. And was lucky enough to get 441, so it's not that bad.
Wait, so I take 8 and they take 9?
Thank you.
Yep.
Isn't
'Cause-
I take half
well-
damage, they take full damage.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can just take the same. I just did individual throws for, like, both.
Yeah,
Like,
I
Oh,
roll
okay.
damage
a D4
separately.
plus a D8 for the creature.
Oh,
and
okay.
3
Yeah, yeah.
D8s
Okay,
for
that makes more
Auralia.
sense. Yeah. If you just tell me, oh, I did separate rolls, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's half of
Yeah.
whatever your second roll was. Yeah. Fuck,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
you got really good rolls for Aurelia then. You saved their ass. All right, so, yeah, Aurelia, take 9 damage. My
I'm
creature takes
sorry.
8 damage. That's some good damage, though. I would say that's some really good damage against my
Okay.
creature. You do see it kind of like it flinched back, and you hear a couple of cracks, and but the creature is still standing. All right. Now at this wind wall, it's a little difficult for you guys to really hit the creature. So, but Carmilla, it is your turn.
I want to investigate the creature.
Okay. Roll for investigation.
22.
22. Damn. Okay. So, is there anything specific you would like to know about the creature? Something you had in mind?
Yeah.
What specifically would you like to know about this creature?
I think you know. I want to investigate the wooden doll.
Oh, the wooden doll. Okay, give me really quickly as well a insight check.
I got 15.
Okay. You got a 15. Okay, so after investigating the creature and taking a closer look, you remember about the wooden doll that's inside. You can kind of see it through the parts of unstitched flesh on its body, and it reminds you of something that you read a bit ago, a long time ago in your solitude and study while you were on Welkosh. You remembered a book about marionettes, but this specific one reminds you of a creature called a skull puppet. So you do recognize the creature, and you know that this creature is very stupid. It's not, and it needs some kind of master to be controlling it, or it is ineffective. You also know that this creature can be hurt if the doll is directly attacked. So, what do you do with that information?
I tell the party that information. Like I say, the wooden doll and like the creature, that is where like you deal like the most damage to it.
Mhm.
And then where I forget, where's the nun right now?
I believe they're still entangled behind you guys. I'd say right next to Kit. So just maybe like a foot behind you or so, foot or two.
All right. I'm going to hide then, in my turn.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, you're hidden. Interesting. I hate you, but interesting. I already know where this is going. Okay, then it is now the nun's turn. I remember I have to do a strength check to see if I can get out of the entanglement. Is that correct, Kit?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, what is the number to beat?
Give me a second. I'm sorry.
Probably I won't beat it, but I'll still ask.
It is 13.
Okay, she thrashes around a bit to see if she can get out of it, but it seems to no avail. She rolled a 6. So she tried, but she couldn't.
Weak.
She kind of just looks at you now, Kit, and just like snaps like she snaps at you to start
I kind
running,
of-
that's all.
Since I can't be scared easily, or I'm against being frightened, I kind of chuckle. Just hey.
The creature seems more irritated now. It's like, but you can only thrash senselessly. Right. Let's go over to Aurelia. It's your turn now. It's your turn. What do you choose to do?
So the first thing I want to do is cast Blade Ward.
Blade Ward, read out the spell for us, please.
It says you extend your hand and trace a sigil of warding in the air. Until the end of your next turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Awesome. I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay. You're immune. Damn, this would be a great spell to cast on a barbarian, actually. This would be great. It's basically rage without the debuff of it. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Okay. You are now warded. You're warded. A strange symbol appears on your I'd say on your chest, and it's like this golden light sigil. Yeah, I guess in the booby window.
Booby window. That's a pretty big window.
Lots of
Aurelia.
space to work with, I guess. Well, not as much as for a year, I'll be honest. Have you seen this man's booby window? He's got some massive. He's got some massive tits, bro. Yeah, he has a fucking balcony. You're right. My fault. Here, got a balcony. He got those moobs.
Just imagine him doing the peg that's like the rock.
Oh yeah, Fear does like the rock thing where he's like boom, 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 boom with his chest. That's what Fear does. Okay, go for it. Sorry.
Are there any flames around?
Give me a investigation roll, or tell me what's your passive investigation.
My passive investigation is 14.
Okay. Yeah, I won't make you roll for it then. You kind of look around, but it seems that fire is not really like in abundance. You can definitely see that there's heat coming from different places, but you don't really see a flame itself.
Okay. I could do maybe this. No. Can I use another cantrip?
Yes. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. What's a cantrip?
I want to use Toll the Dead.
Read that out for me.
You point at one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what's the number to beat?
Uh, 12.
And how much damage is it taking?
Well, since it's already missing hit points, it'd be 1d12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it. Roll for damage. You do. It's successful. You're successful.
Okay. 10.
10. Okay. Um. Okay, so you hit the creature, and it seems to flop back to the ground. It seems that you have, I guess you could say, killed the creature. Flops down. It gives a little bit of a metal charring kind of screech, like it seems like metal's rubbing against itself, and it falls to the ground, lifeless, seemingly lifeless. Its stitches slightly come undone, but not completely. Just
I
very
have a
loosely.
question about that, since. Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask if the skin would start to like I don't know how to phrase it, but
It
like
would make it
necrotic
unsew.
damage. I would assume that's like, yeah. So if we could get a better look at the inside of it.
I'd say the stitching would undo just slightly, the golden thread that keeps its body together, but not really the skin itself, since it's already rotten. It undoes a little, but
Okay.
not too much. Right. All right. But combat is not
Okay.
over, since one creature is still alive.
Wait, I think I just did that wrong.
Yeah. What's the thing?
I mean, it's already dead, but like I did it wrong because it was, since I'm at 5th level, it was supposed to be 2d12s or 2d8s. So, but it's already dead, so
No
there's no
worries.
point.
I'll just mention. Remember what level you're casting something at. So just like keep that into mind. Remember, fifth. You shouldn't have at level 5. Shouldn't be 5th level. It should be like 2nd or 3rd level that you probably have access to.
Yeah, but it says here the spell's damage increases by 1 die when you reach 5th level. So instead of it being 1d12, it would have been 2d12s. But I'll keep it in mind.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Now I see. I pull it up. Yeah. Yeah, it's very confusing when you say 5th level, because that can refer to either your individual level or like the spell level, which there are different types of spell levels, and you only get those spell levels at certain levels yourself. So it's confusing. But yeah, I looked at it myself. I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been more damage, but because it was success, it would have been lots of damage. But it's on the ground. So no worry. It's dead. You still killed it. Leave it alone. It's already dead. It's on the ground. But it is now after Aurelia. Whose turn is it? It is the creature's turn. Oh no, it's dead. The body sits there lifeless for a moment. Then you see its limbs start to crackle and thrash once more, and it starts to stand up again. The seams start to sew once more, and it starts to get up. Wow, what an interesting little creature. It seems like no matter how many times you throw it down, something is not killing it. And with that, it is your turn.
Okay. Since it's making a metallic screech, is the creature like, can I tell that there's any metal on this creature?
I'd say no. At the moment, you can't tell if there's any metal on a creature.
Okay then.
For something to make a searing screech like metal does none is not necessarily has to be metal. There are materials that are hard enough that can make that kind of, little screech.
Then, since Carmela told us to attack it at where the wooden frame is. I want to directly throw a ice knife right into it.
An ice knife, you say? All right. Yep. Roll to see if you hit. Give me an attack roll. Give me a corpse. Give me a corpse. Sorry,
Like-
Valorant.
Well, I got a 16 that I rolled. Does that hit?
Oh, that's a definite hit. That is a
Yeah.
definite hit.
And then for
For damage?
damage, I'm going to. Where did my mouse go? Hello. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna do 3rd level damage. So so it's 1d10 plus it's 1d10 plus 5. 1d10 plus
Shit.
5. Wow, that's good.
That's a lot. Forgot you got a level.
I got a
5.
7.
Shit. You only did 7?
Wait.
And it has
I'm
to make a
confused.
dex save, I think, in order to avoid taking
Oh, yeah.
full damage as well.
I got a 7.
I'd love
7
to
plus
do a
5.
dex. 7 plus 5. What's the dex? You know, never mind. I'm not even gonna ask you the fucking dex number. He got a 2. So, I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna even ask. This guy kind of sucks. You're realizing very quickly. Okay, so how much was the full damage? It's taking
12, I think. Yeah.
12. Okay, that does definitely throw it back onto the ground. But this time you aimed. Where did you aim for? You're aiming for its actual like wooden frame.
Yeah.
Interesting. You're aiming for the wooden frame itself. Do you see the wooden frame? That's my question.
Well, you said that the stitching has come undone a little bit, so it should be open a little, right?
When I did mention also when it got back up, the seams seem to have closed back. Like it was starting to sew itself back together.
Wait, it didn't open up again when Emiralia blast at it?
They what at it?
What did you do? I'm sorry.
So Arali fucking killed it, and they beat a dead
Yeah.
horse a little. It undid a bit, but when it came to its turn
Uh-huh.
again, it seems to have done its
Oh.
stitches back up and stood up again.
Okay.
That was the
So
whole
then,
transaction
can I?
that happened there.
So instead of it trying to really damage it, can I aim like at where should remember where it's at? To try and just rip it open a little bit more so people can see it.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. With your attack, you know, 100% I'll allow it. You with that attack, you hit it, you deal massive amounts of damage to it. The thing is back on the ground. It is bloodied, but not only bloodied, or the equivalent of bloodied for this thing, but the stitching on its chest
There's
is
a lot of
open.
stuff out.
So you can clearly see the torso of what you all know now as the skull puppet.
I see.
Okay. With that, your turn ends. It is Left's turn. Left, what do you choose to do?
You know, for once in my life, I'm gonna take a step back and assess the situation, you know?
Interesting choice. And how do you choose to assess the situation?
I'd like to see if there's like, you know, anything apart from the creature that can detect in the environment that would be like, I don't know, connected to it.
Roll me for investigation.
Ooh. I got 18.
Good roll, good roll. So while everyone has their eyes and their sights stuck onto the actual skull puppet, you take another observation around, looking in through your environment, through buildings, through different alleyways, even at the nun itself. And when you look at the nun, you notice something very particular. You notice that it's, regardless if its body is bound, it seems to be moving its hands meticulously, almost not like sporadically, like I'm trying to get out, almost like it's trying to do it in a specific way. You pick up on that.
All right, I'd like to shoot the nun.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What an ollie
Okay, yes, go for it. It has disadvantage, so yeah, you're practically going to hit it. So how much damage?
Let me see. So I got this.
Mm-mm-mm. I love me Arizona iced tea.
It's 20 damage.
Okay, and when are you casting Eldritch Blast? What
Yeah,
specific are you
Eldritch
casting?
Blast.
Okay, so
All reliable.
okay, the old good reliable. So you can see Left take a couple of steps back. The rest of the party can see this, and as they take a couple steps back, Kit, like a beam of light that wisps behind, like right behind you. You can see it like wisp in front of your eyes. It goes right past you and shoots the strange siren nun in the head, cracking its skull open. You can see the blast of light go through its skull. A bit of the matter in their head just splats out, and the creature falls dead. And with that, so does the marionette. It kind of convulses and starts spewing more of the black liquid and falls to the ground, lifeless as well. Combat is over, and you guys have successfully
Can I
killed a
look at
nun.
can I look at the nun?
Yes,
Can
I wanna see what she
examine the
is.
marionette?
yeah, go for it. Give me
I want
guys,
to
go for it.
like make a gun with my finger and like blow it out.
Well, you
I
read
love
my
that-
mind. I was about to attack the nun my next turn.
I just imagine.
I
fucking,
also
like,
was.
what?
Quick thing, Oriana is laying on the dice tray that Salem has for her dice.
Aw.
So I just imagine
So
Ollie does like a, you know how like you can, as a kid, you can spin your whole arm around. I imagine that's like what Left does, like, and then blows on his fingertips. Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys can definitely investigate. Let's go with so Raleigh, you're inspecting the nun, and Camille, you're inspecting the doll or the skull puppet, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now that combat's over, everything now kind of the soil and everything regresses and goes back to a much more simpler form. The entanglement is now unbound, and the lifeless corpse is on the ground. To inspect the corpse, you notice a number of things. First of all, you notice as it's dead, on its body, like it was almost like burned and scorned into its flesh, thieves' cant slowly starts to appear on the nun's lifeless corpse. And you also notice as well that around its hands and wrists seems to be tied a strange ethereal golden thread that seems to be now dissipating, almost like it's vanishing, fading into dust.
Can I try to read Thieves' Cat and translate it? Or
Yes, you can.
Real quick, I'd just like to say, I think Kit is just sitting on the floor, kind of just still stunned over the fact that it blew its guts all over me.
Oh yes.
Just,
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to get to
okay.
that in just a second, because I'm going to describe that in a second.
Oh, God.
You try to translate the thieves' cant, but you realize something is off. Give me a history check. While you're rolling for that, I want to describe Kit. You feel the gush and the mush on your face as it kind of splattered on you, and when you go to wipe it off to take a look, it's not red like blood; it is black, like sludge. And it's oddly like thick. Like it doesn't feel like it should be. This would flow through a creature's body. It almost feels like because of how cold it is, it's stagnant. It would be stagnant inside of a body.
How do you move? How is this coursing through your veins? I'm kind of just like trying to get everything off, like shaking it off.
As Kit's doing that, Auralia, you do a history check and you realize that, at least, or to your knowledge, it's definitely thieves' cant, but it's in words you've never seen before. This seems much, much older than anything I think any thief has seen before. Almost like it's thieves' cant, but written not in the style of the Elvish common that everyone knows. Almost like it's written in a completely different style of language. You are actually familiar with this language. You realize that this thieves' cant's almost written in the style of Tallow. Since you do know Tallow yourself.
Okay. But I don't I'm not able to read it since I don't know Tallow and Thieves' Cant.
Yes, you only know Tallow and Thieves' Cant, but you don't know them together because the version of Thieves' Cant, it's kind of like sign language, where you can know sign language in English, but you don't know it like in Japanese because it's a different world of sign language. But you do recognize that at least the syllables that's trying to create is in Tallow, and it is definitely written in a form of Thieves' Cant. Like, yeah, that's definitely Thieves' Cant. Just I can't quite decipher the words.
Okay.
They use Thieves' Cant. Well, the Thieves' Cant. You're right. It's odd, very, very odd. And Carmilla, as Auralia is having this, I guess you can say, this breakthrough of like, oh my god, what's happening here? You decided to inspect the body. Now it is now apparent to you the putrid smell of rotting flesh that's coming from it, as it seems that these ethereal golden threads are now undoing, also vanishing from it. And with that, the slabs of flesh and skin that are making up the body are now slabbing off and slapping to the ground. You can see as each piece falls apart, it uncovers the puppet itself. That now you can see the chest is cracked open, is now cracking and kind of splintering. You also realize that the thing that was making the metal sound was the grinding of rocks and flint that were also part of the joint mechanisms that it had. And you also notice that on this marionette, it seems this skull puppet, that now that the face is uncovered, just seems like a very basic doll. The face, with no features, has marked a strange symbol. You are unaware of its origin, which is a very strange symbol. Kind of, I guess you'd say the best way to describe it would be like a circle with a cross drawn going through the circle.
Can I do a history check or something for the symbol?
Yes, go for it. Give me history. Guinea pigs. I heard guinea pigs. Sorry. Had to point that out.
Sorry.
Yeah, I heard guinea pigs. I love hearing your guinea pigs. They're great.
16.
16. Okay, so you kind of go into your knowledge, your general knowledge of symbology, from your time spent reading many religious texts, and you find yourself not knowing what this is. You don't. Yeah, you don't find yourself really knowing what the symbol is. It's definitely old, but you have no idea what it means. Sorry. And it wasn't that you didn't roll high enough. It's just like literally you haven't read anything about this before.
All right. Can I investigate, like, specifically, like, the doll?
Okay, yeah. Is there something specific you wanted to know about it?
I just want to see if there's anything else about it for, like, future reference if I need it.
Okay. You kind of inspect it a little, and you notice that in like the splintering cracks of its chest, you notice there's like a tuft of like tied hair, and a couple of other things like in there, like a feather, a raven's feather, some tied hair, um, and like a fingernail. It's like odd things to be inside of a marionette, I'd say. Very, very strange indeed. Very, very strange indeed. Is there anything else you guys like to do now that your scene is kind of smelling like rotten flesh and you guys are covered in strange black liquid?
Can I still investigate the nun? Like,
Yeah, you give me an investigation. Can you investigation roll?
okay. I got a nat 20 plus 4.
Fuck, damn. You immediately notice that one of the fingernails on the nun is missing, like bed included. Like you can see the fingernail bed, the raw meat there, and you do see there's like some uneven consistency in their hair as well, like if tufts were have been cut off. You expect the body a little more. And
Okay.
you also notice a booklet that's hidden like deep inside like where their chest would be.
Mm-hmm. What is he?
As you expect the booklet, you read into it a little. And it's a small map that seems to kind of connect various different churches and like a path of churches in the city. And it seems that the starting
Okay.
point tends to be the same church that you were told by Pax,
Okay.
the guy you know.
Can I look at what he gave me? Like what he slid under my hand. Can I look at it now?
As you take it out of your pocket, you realize it's a skeleton key. And there's a little note, like a little piece of paper that's tagged onto it. And the small little note reads, just be careful.
Okay. I'm gonna put that into my bag along with the skeleton key. And I'm also gonna take that booklet with me as well. Can I also take her clothes?
You're
Can
gonna
I take
leave
her
the corpse
clothes?
naked on the ground. I mean, it's not uncommon in this
I mean-
the horrible crime-ridden place. I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Get mugged,
I'm taking her
killed,
clothes.
Stolen clothes.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
stealing her clothes.
Yeah. I'd say Kit watches as you undress this lifeless corpse.
It's nothing new to me, so
I'm watching wide-eyed, just okay. I don't know if I guess this is just not that I want people to see a dead corpse that's naked. But I would like to. Do I have something like that in my inventory? Question.
You have what? Yeah,
I'm trying to see if I have like something that I could cover the corpse with afterwards.
I think you should leave her
mean,
naked.
Raleigh's into some weird shit, right?
By any chance, did you write down
think we proved that earlier.
thieves' cant somewhere? So
Um,
like we can look at it later if we figure out the actual language.
would I be able to write it down? I thought about it, but I don't know if I'd be able to since I like would I just is it words or am I like drawing it?
So you're asking if you there are definitely words because you know thieves' Kansas words, but I mean, like, if you want to, you can definitely try to draw it.
Okay, I'll draw it and write it down in my little notepad.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I also wanted to take some other things, not from the corpse, but from the table that she was sitting at.
Okay.
I'm taking everything.
Okay, so she's just a naked corpse. As you, yes, you're taking everything close. They're taking everyone. As you
I'm
take
taking all the
everything,
clothes, things from the table.
You should take the eyes too.
oh my god.
That's a
you're
good
at it.
idea.
Yeah.
I
The-
forgot that Liv still like, hey, take the
Take
eyes.
the eyes. Yeah, if
Does she
you,
have teeth? Well, the head was exploded.
yes, she has
Can I
fangs.
find the
You
teeth?
said upper
the-
skull, so she still has teeth in her jawbone.
Yeah, upper skull. That's very correct. Yes, so she still has. I will just let you know this is inhumane. What you're
Well,
I've done this before in a
good
campaign.
thing she's not human. So
Well, I didn't say she
Yeah,
wasn't
you said she
like
smells like
a
fish.
Yes, and as you undress her, okay, let me describe you as you realize she's a siren.
okay.
She is quite beautiful of figure, and taking a closer look of her unraveled face now, she was very very pretty. Ignoring the fact that you split that left split her skull in half. um, she had fangs and sharp pointed teeth, very similar to Left's, I'd say.
Mhm.
And she had a beautiful marine kind of blue, aquamarine blue to her eyes.
Okay.
As you undress her as well, you notice that there are quite a lot of. You do see like the scales on her skin as they kind of glisten a little in the dim light of the city, and you notice the multitude of lacerations on her back, like she was whipped.
Mhm.
And you do see that closer examination reveals that her arms and leg has been bound at one point.
Okay.
And it does seem that almost like it's a religious practice. It seems religious in nature, and on closer examination of her mouth, you do notice that there are stitch marks. So it seems at one point her mouth was stitched shut.
Okay. I would still like to take her teeth and eyes.
I am campaigning for psychopath.
Look, what if
Okay.
it comes in handy later? I'm just
Okay.
saying.
You put a great team of people together.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. I pulled up the most fucked up people. Left literally said take her eyes, and then you're like, don't worry, I got her teeth too. So yeah, you do take some of her fangs, and you now have mermaid teeth in your inventory.
Okay, let me go and add them.
Unique little item. It's used a lot for what's it called? As an aphrodisiac. It's quite illegal to harvest and get since mermaids are still humanoid creatures. Or sirens are humanoid creatures. I will say, as you are doing this, though, kind of like I imagine you don't like have a lot of expression on your face. This is to you collecting pieces of a creature is just the business.
Yeah.
This time it feels a little more eerie to you, since it seems that the black liquid that's been oozing out of them is like almost also oozing out of its tear ducts, and it resembles like if it was crying, but not crying like, "Ow, this hurts." More like crying of, "Bless the sweet release of death."
Oh, we did her a favor.
So then I am gonna cover her.
Fine, you can cover her.
I think we should go down the sketchy alleyway where people were being
It just
led.
makes me think, how did Kate and Aurelia came together when they're so different when it comes to this type of stuff?
I like dead
Yeah.
bodies. I like flowers.
I really like plants. I like killing people.
Hey, I heard that people make great fertilizer.
Yeah. Oh, you really like plants? I know just the fertilizer.
I kid you not. I couldn't complete. No, I
I know the right
completely.
thing for your plans.
No, you know what I completely imagine? Fucking little cottagecore house where Aurelia brings fucking whole dead corpses and Kit's crying while burying them, but like crying because they're like had to die, but more happy, still like a sense of happiness that, oh, my plants are really gonna like this, but oh god, why do they have to die?
It's gonna be so well this year, but oh my god.
Oh my gosh, oh, why am I doing that? Like they're like really good at doing it. It's like they know how to hack the body the right way and everything. So they're like, oh god, why am I gonna do this? Oh, but the harvest though, oh, my cherry tomatoes though will be amazing.
The potatoes are gonna be huge.
And then just like as you're like I imagine like Aurelia's helping you plant some stuff, and there's like, oh wait, no, you forgot to take out the eyes. The eyes make things taste bitter. Take out the eyes. So horrible. I'm doing this.
This is great. It's amazing. 10 out of 10.
Teeth
Did
don't
I get
dissolve
anything?
properly.
Did I get anything from the table though? Like
from the table, just pamphlets that seem to refer to like religion of the divine trinity from earlier.
Okay, I would like, yeah, I'm taking them. Taking them.
Okay.
I got a plan.
There's a nice tablecloth there. If you'd like to
Taking
use it
that
to cover
too.
her.
Yes, please give me the
Oh.
tablecloth.
No, I'm taking
Give me
it.
the tablecloth.
I'm taking
Give me the tablecloth.
I'm taking the
Give me the
tablecloth.
tablecloth. You said I can cover her.
Okay.
Use your own stuff.
As you guys are arguing over the tablecloth, Carmel is walking a little towards the alley. That as you kind of walk down the alley, you see some nuns that were the nuns from earlier that were leading people down. They seem to doing non-Christian things to get people not very Christian, not in our Winnie the Pooh Minecraft server here, to kind of like keep the attention, almost charming them in a sense. You can see the strange pink mist leaking from their mouths as well, as they do these non-Christian things. And one of them, as they almost, it almost seems like a ritual that they're doing. You notice that there's a sense of like purpose in certain things that they're doing, and you realize one of them leads them to the back of this large building that is near, and you start to realize, hey, this building isn't any normal building. This is a church. This building itself is a church. You see them leading themselves, one of their prey, back inside.
All right.
Carmelo is the only one who sees this currently, since they're the only one who wanted to investigate the alley, as everyone's kind of just having their moment.
Well, I want to follow, but I know it's probably stupid to go alone. But it would be funny.
Great. Those are the best words every DM wants to hear. Yes, go alone. Don't be with your team.
No, I'm going to go back over and tell them I saw more of like the nuns in the alleyway, and one of them led someone to like the back of like this church building.
Okay. As you take like your steps, your light footsteps are, I wouldn't even say echoing. You have a very soft foot. You don't really make much of a clack or like a step at all. You kind of like maneuver yourself very quietly between, as you kind of walk past other nuns doing their job, and just as you're walking past, you kind of look at the eyes of the victims, and it seems that their eyes are completely getting like changed into a full shade. Like their eyes almost like instead of being full black, they're like a full like rosy pink color. They're losing their pupils, they're losing their sight, and almost like they're fully charmed, I'd say. Unnerving, but I'd say you've seen worse. You make your way towards the door, and as you get to it, you place your hands on top of the knob, and you slowly start to turn the knob of the door. And right before it clicks open, we move over to the train cart, where
What a cliffhanger!
we find Maribel. You've just opened your eyes. Actually, no, we're going to change this up a bit. Maribel, no, you just opened your eyes, and you're no longer in the train cart. You're in your bed, back in Stormvale.
Can I ask
What
how
do
I
you do?
got here?
It's not odd to you. Maybe a thought crossed your mind, just another restless night and a strange dream. As you get up, you can I'd say yeah, you get out of your bed. What do you do? You're currently still in your room. The bed's slightly warm, I'd say.
That sounds like a nightmare. I guess what I want to do is see where everybody else is, since my last awake memory is being in the train right before the fighting happened, and me passing the fuck out in a chair.
Okay. As you take a moment to walk around, maybe even investigate your area, your environment, you hear the light chatter downstairs, and it's a voice you recognize.
Is it Mama y Papa?
No, but it is definitely a voice you recognize. Would you like to do? Would you like to investigate that?
I would. I would like to kind of try to sneak down if I can.
As you
Eavesdrop
sneak
a
down.
little.
Okay. As you sneak down to eavesdrop a little. Make sure you're do me a stealth check, actually.
Yippee. Oh, one.
As you make your way down, not so gracefully, you make quite a loud creak on one of the steps. Give me a performance roll, see if you can save yourself.
12.
Okay, you catch your footing a little, and you kind of like, let me do a little quieter. It seems that no one noticed. But as you creep down, and your normal little living room area gets a little more, gets easier to like see and like identify. You see several people, lots of familiar heads and faces of Stormvale, many other captains, but something piques your interest. You can see the back of Jura as she is discussing with the other captains the current events and updates about the water conditions, like import-export trades, things like that. Just things of that sort.
Can I do an insight check to figure out if like I'm actually awake or if this is me just hallucinating that she's there?
Yeah, go for it. Give me an insight check.
20.
Okay. You take a moment to rub your eyes, go back in your minds like this is a dream, right? This is not real. Then a soothing calmness washes over you. Ah, this is fine. This is normal. and you untense a little as you continue to take your steps down. And there are captains who now notice you're that you're there, and many of them many of them know you, and they're like, "Oh, Maribel, Maribel." And everyone's like, "Hello, Maribel. Good morning. Good morrow." Many of
Good
them wishing you a good
morning.
morning. Jura hasn't turned around yet. Go for it.
I would kind of
What's your-
flippantly be like, "Oh, good morning, everybody. Hi, hi," and just mainly beeline to Jura.
Okay.
Because even though the sense of calm has washed over, I need to touch her. I need to make sure she's actually real.
Okay. As you do, you get closer and closer with every step. You kind of see the scene from the perspective of Maribel. You get closer and closer, and as you put your hand on her shoulder, and she finally turns around to see you, all you can see is the image of a bloody and beaten and bludgeoned Jura. The same scene we found her in the cell, the holding cell. The amount feels like it's melting and warping around you. Things lose its color, things slow down, and she utters the words, "Why weren't you there?" And you snap back to reality. You wake up. You are back on the cart. Another nightmare. Another restless night. You can hear kind of the light talking and like going around of everyone who's outside as they're joking around and like really happy of a successful battle against the golem. You're not very sure why they're doing it, or you didn't even know there was a golem, but you do know you're alone in the car, laying on the ground.
I kind of ball up the blanket I had used, create a little pillow for myself, wring it in my hands, and just. She's still not here. And it's my fault. I kind of solemnly get up from my spot and head towards the happy chattering outside of the cart.
Right. As you do it, you can see it seems that Ajax and Freyr are quite contently talking about gems and the new diamond that's found, and them talking about its rarity. You can see when Freyr holds it, they're kind of looking at it really closely to see, like, oh, you can see, and like saying random facts they know about rocks and gems. You can see Elliot is now kind of crouched down, interested in watching Celtis pick up random rocks and like knocking on them, almost trying to learn the trade themselves. And you see Celtis picking up rocks and knocking on them. Yeah, what do you do, Maribel? Who do you choose to engage?
I walk up to Ajax and just, what happened while I was asleep?
Oh, hey, Maribel. I thought you were sleeping.
I had
That was
a
me.
really good.
Oh, I see. We had a little interference. There happened to be a stone golem outside of the rails, but we just took care of it.
Oh. Okay. Sorry I didn't wake up to help.
Don't worry. You seemed tired when we picked you up from the oasis, so I just figured you wanted to rest.
I appreciate it. Thank you. How did the fight go? Does anybody need like any healing?
I'm personally perfectly fine. I'm not quite sure about the rest.
I'll kind of make my rounds and see how everybody else is doing.
Of course. Please let me know if you need anything in particular.
Thank you, Ajax. I appreciate
Of course.
it. I'm gonna wander over to where Freyr is. And Celtis. They're rocks.
It's funny because Freer is right next to Ajax as they were talking, so you kind of just turn to the side and look
Like
at it.
shuffle.
Yeah, kind of like how like in games where like, oh, there's a couple characters you need to talk into the same environment, but they're so close you could just turn to the side and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you turn to Freer. Floor is your guys.
Hey, buddy, what? I heard you fought a golem?
It was pretty interesting.
Hmm.
Ate its lungs. That was new.
Okay.
Yeah, so golems have vital organs, so you can just like pick them apart, and if you Celotus did it, you can ask him. You can knock on the rocks, and if they're hollow, they have organs in them.
Okay. So, do you have a plan for the organs, or you just?
Oh, I ate them already.
Oh. Okay.
Golem lung is interesting. It's an interesting taste.
It tastes like chicken.
It did not taste like chicken, no. It was goopy.
Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed your goopy lung.
Goopy lung and a good fight. Let me tell you, nothing better.
Speaking of fighting, are you injured at all? Do you need any help?
I took a hit or two, but I'm generally okay. I'm probably just gonna go see the old man in Oshido and get a couple bandages.
You're gonna be walking around with a bandage wing.
It's my leg, actually. Thank you very much.
Okay. I don't know bird anatomy, okay?
Yeah. Hollow bones. My fist still hurt. Or wings. Whatever.
It seems like you don't know your bird anatomy either.
Damn.
No more bird anatomy than you do.
I mean, he's only 5. Come on.
Hands do. I'll show you what these hands do.
Bro's only 5. Come on, give him some slack.
Can I cast thaumaturgy?
Yes.
No.
Yes, cast thaumaturgy.
Baby.
Can I twist this handle on my sword?
We don't threaten our comrades, bitch.
Don't threaten your comrades. Do thaumaturgy.
With thaumaturgy, bitch.
What's thaumaturgy gonna do to you? You're just gonna take emotional damage. That is not real.
As this is happening, where you can see Freer and Marva are slightly butting heads. Elliot, you're currently watching Celotus do this strange practice.
I'm just gonna like, as Celotus picks up a rock and knocks on it, I'm gonna just like mirror him. Do exactly what he's doing. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to mean, but he's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. You know? Like that kind of deal.
What the fuck? Okay.
I'm learning.
In his peripheral, he notices you doing it, and when he picks up a hollow rock, he passes it to you, and like he signals like to try it.
You
to like.
I'm just gonna like knock on it. That's what I think he means.
Hey,
You
good.
have to listen for a sound.
And when you knock on it, like you can see a slight glisten in your eye as like you hear a very distinct sound compared to the rest of the rocks you've been kind of knocking on. This one doesn't just sound hollow, but it sounds like almost like a swishing. Like there's something inside. You hear a light swish and a hollow knock.
Okay. Can I break it open?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll just
Give
break
me-
it open real quick.
Give me a actually no, I'd say that you're a little amazed at actually how little effort you need to crack it open.
Mhm.
Kind of like cracking open an egg.
Mhm.
Or a basilisk egg, I'd say, because you guys don't really have regular chicken eggs.
Yeah.
So, also, you don't want to offend Freer because they probably lay eggs. I don't know. Haven't really got that far. Haven't got that far in their anatomy, right?
Mhm.
I don't think anyone says. But yes, you do like a little crack, and inside you see a very strangely colored organ. You're not really sure exactly what it is, and you can see like Celtis, like their head peeks a little, and they tell you, "Oh, you lucked out. That's liver. It's my favorite part."
I'm gonna just like hand it over to him, like, you can have it then. I'm good. I'm okay. You can have this one.
And you can see him push your hand slightly towards you. He's like, no, I insist. Try it. You have to.
Okay. I'm gonna take a very hesitant little like nibble, I guess.
As you take a nibble, you're filled with a sense of delight that what we thought would be a gushy feeling actually feels more like a cream feeling, kind of like a cream puff texture, and it is very, very sweet. And it's a hint of like earthiness, but kind of like that matcha earthiness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually quite tasty. Almost feels like a sweet treat rather than an oddly earthy surprise.
Hmm.
And he looks at you, kind of like waiting to hear your response.
It's not what I expected, but not bad.
It's good, right?
A lot sweeter than I expected. Why? What? This doesn't make any sense, but okay. I'm just gonna eat the rest of it.
As you're eating it, he explains, so you know how our livers process most of the toxins out of things. For golems, sugar is that toxin. So their liver tends to be packed with it. So when you eat it, it's pleasantly sweet.
It's so weird. But it's kind of cool.
No, I'm telling you that golems can't process sugar, and it's bad for them to process sugar.
Yeah, I know, but it's weird that like the sugar's in the fucking liver. Because you wouldn't normally think of that. But like, it's cool. Yeah.
You see, what they like is salt. It's why you see most of their parts are earthy, but with a slight salty taste to it. Sometimes a little bitter, but it's liver because it processes all. It's very sweet, and I like it a lot. I like sweet things a lot. Is there anything you like? If that's okay if I ask.
I haven't thought about that in a minute, but I used to really like savory things. Wasn't really much of a sweets kind of person.
I'll remember that for next time.
And she just kind of like smiles a little bit at him and then looks at the rock again. Kind of like examining the inside after she's eating the actual liver.
All right. Seems that with that you guys can hear the horn of the whale, and it seems the captain is signaling to you guys that everything is ready and they're ready to continue the trail.
It's question. It's still like nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's still nighttime, I'd say.
Okay.
I'd say you guys started at dusk. Now it's probably around midnight, I'd say, or close to midnight. Dusk is like around 6, 7, and yeah, it's a 4 hours roughly spin. So yeah, it's around 12, maybe 11. So it's pretty night.
Pretty night.
Pretty night.
Night.
Like a night. Sorry.
Can I hang out on top of the car?
with Celotus?
Sure. Yes, you can.
Sick.
What about the rest of you guys? What are you guys choosing to do?
I'm going. It's cold.
Well, it is a quite chilly night.
I'm gonna get a siesta in.
Okay.
Does this count as
What
a
you,
rest?
Maribel? Yeah, I'd say it's a short rest. This is a short rest.
So I can heal.
Yes, correct. I'll let you heal
Also-
for a short rest.
Before that, as we're going into the car, I kind of want to pull out Freyr to the side for a moment.
Okay. Before you do that, I want to hear what Maribel's going to be doing. Or what are you going to do, Maribel?
I would really appreciate Ajax taking Freyr to the side.
Oh.
Kind of letting my thaumaturgy calm down for a second.
That is not what I intended, but I got you, bestie.
Kind of huffing under my breath, just like, damn.
I kid you not. Every time you guys have did thaumaturgy, I imagine the Karlak thing of like you have parts of your skin that glow like a little brighter red, like fire, kind of like there's lava coursing through you a little. So that's always I imagine you guys get like fired up like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah, so
me
that's-
trying being significantly smaller than Freyr, I believe. Just like, God, this
That's
fucking
just
child.
silly.
Just
silly.
let me take care of you. Let me take care of you.
You can see like a bowl, a little bit of steam like comes from your mouth and your nose like that.
Whew. Okay, we're good. And I try to wander up towards Ellie and just be like, hey, I've really missed you.
Hi. I missed you too. I like your haircut. Looks
Thank
nice.
you. Dude, your hair looks so pretty all white now.
Thanks. I'm still not used to it. It's yeah,
It's a big change, yeah.
yeah.
If you need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
I
I'll
have
let you
some hair whitening shampoo I can give you.
know. I don't know if I'll need that, but I'll keep it in mind.
It gets
Thank you.
very pretty.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is an interesting thing to carry, but I fucking love it.
Please add that to your inventory.
Do you think this hair stays this white? Nah, I gotta use a special shampoo for this shit.
Like, I gotta take good care of this. The salt water fucks it up so bad.
Yeah, to be fair, Elliot always wears her hair like tied up, so like whatever
less prone
gunk
to
like
get
gets
dirty.
into it, it's kind of harder to get it out. You know? Like if
Mhm.
she did like a fucking barrel roll in dirt, there'd be a
You can
whole
only
lot
do
of dirt.
spring water. I can't use salt water or any kind of water. It can't be tap water.
To be fair, you're like, oh, I didn't imagine someone carrying something like that. All I imagine adventurers do, I would say, like from carrying like the basics, like a bedroll, like food and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's like maybe a bar of soap, maybe a little container.
Why do you
with
think I always
shampoo.
ask you guys?
There's
like,
an
why
entire
do they take it?
bag that's dedicated to travel sized like help like
Mhm.
cleaning
Yeah,
supplies.
I think that's so cool.
It's funny.
Maribel has a
because-
full like mega size of just hair white shampoo.
Yeah, like
I-
a hair care routine.
Something you would
kid
keep in your shower. That's like $50.
As you guys
bought
are
like
kind
the
of
mega
having
pack.
this like little conversation about the hair, you can feel Celtus tap you on the shoulder, Maribel, and they ask, "Could I have some of that?" And you notice that though their mane seems to like have like hints of like lots of like these dark shades in it, you notice the root is actually white itself,
Mhm.
and they didn't even know that there was a shampoo for this, so they're asking you to have some.
Like, oh my gosh, yes. And I can show you like this cool little trick to make it last even longer.
You can see, though you can't see his eyes, you can see like the very slight shift of his tail. As you can see, there's a little glimmer in his eye. Definitely, like there's a way to do that.
And I kind of just like bump my shoulder against him, just like, I got you. Don't.
Celtus seems to be happy about this. Yeah, seems very content, and he
Baby
gives
boy
like a little
discovers
nod.
shampoo.
All right, with that, everyone boards the train, and Celtus starts to climb up. As he's climbing up, Elliot, you kind of like pull on his like a little bit of like his cloak to get his attention, and He turns around to you to see what you'd like as he's like midway climbing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say, would you mind if I sat up there with you?
He kind of tilts his head with a little bit of curiosity. Sure. Okay. And as
I
he
want to
puts
be
one of his
flashy.
hands,
I want to be flashy with it. I want to shadow step up there before he fully gets on top.
he literally puts one of his hands on the top of the roof, like because he's long enough to do it, and he puts his hand to go to you, or like, and he just realizes you just vanish and you're on top. I'm like, well, shit. Okay. Or do
I'm gonna
that.
offer him my hand to help him get up.
Give me a strength check.
Oh shit! Oh god! Wait. Fuck.
He's a hefty boy.
He might be lanky looking. That don't mean he ain't
Yeah.
heavy.
That's a 2.
So,
It's
you
the
try
thought that counts,
really-
right?
So yeah, I'd say you try to do it, and like you could see Elliot is like struggling. Celatus pretends a little, and then like, wow, yeah, you're really strong, and helps and like picks himself up, and makes it look like it's you picking him up. And he's like, "Thank you. You're quite strong for someone small. It's very, very impressive."
You, it's thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Chris sits down crisscross, like yeah.
With that, everyone now on the train taking their seats. Some of them, no, well adjusted, starting to sleep. You can see Celtis at the front of the train as he bangs the top, and the train starts to, like, you can hear the engine start to rev, and it starts to move. The land whale is now making its track, and it's Celtis and Elliot. You guys are just alone now on the top of the train, top of this land whale. Is there anything you'd like to do, Elliot?
I mean, honestly, I think she's just like, is the train moving already or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say you guys are kind of like sitting just on top of the train now.
I think she's like sitting on the edge, like her legs dangling off a little bit. Maybe she's kicking them a little bit. Just kind of watching as like the landscape moves past. Not necessarily like saying anything, just kind of examining the surroundings. Like, ooh, pretty kind of deal.
As you examine, you can like see Celatus is like just very much enjoying himself. You can see like he has his hands behind his back, kind of like he's propping himself up, and his mane is flowing a bit in the wind, and he has his like head pointed up, looking into the sky right now. He seems very calm.
Do you do this often? Like, leave Ingston?
Leave Inkston? I do. It's my favorite thing to do. Let's leave. I always liked sitting on top of the whales. They go much faster than I could. There's something nice about just feeling the wind brush through your mane. It feels freeing. Like you feel light, like there's no weight on you anymore. And I just like how it feels to feel free.
A little different than from what I used to do, but when I would run around the streets of Ingston when I was younger, it also felt the same. Felt free.
You
I
can
wasn't
see-
like tied down to anything.
You can see him perk up a little as he looks to you, and he kind of quickly shifts to look at you, like face you. And he says, "You like to run too?"
Yeah. I being as we had a little chase the other day, thought it'd be kind of obvious that I'm a little good at it.
You can see he gives like a light chuckle, and he tells you, "I really like running, and yes, it was very fun trying to chase you. Apologies, it was for that reason, but I like running too, a lot."
Maybe
when I
next
run it
time
for
you
you.
won't catch me.
You can see his tail slightly swag to the side a little. Let's make it a race.
All right. I'll keep you to it.
I do enjoy running a lot. It's nice to feel like the world is not there for a second. Just you and the wind.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
See if there's any like deeper meaning behind that. Please God, don't.
Okay. I can hear you praying with your hands clapped. I'll give you with advantage actually, because you guys. It seems that you guys are in a good
Yeah, with that
position.
reaction, you might want to. That was
no,
the
I was
original
gonna.
roll was a 4.
Okay, I was gonna say like actually, you guys seem to be in like a good moment, so I'd say it's an advantage, since he seemed to have his guard down as well.
Ooh, 17.
Okay. You definitely can tell there's a sweet sincerity in his voice, and he's most definitely being honest. Almost so honest that he's never told this to anyone.
Seem. You don't talk about this often, do you?
How could you tell?
I just hear it in your voice. You don't really seem like you talk about things very often. And just the way you've acted these past couple hours, you don't seem like a very open person, but that felt very sincere.
I don't like to talk a lot about myself. But I don't know. Unlike everyone I meet, you feel oddly nice to talk to. You remind me of me. Like, given all this power and in this odd position, and you don't really want it. You just want to be happy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Sorry, I don't want to assume anything.
Oh, it's okay. And with that, I'm gonna like pull the cloak that I'm wearing pull my legs up off the edge of the train car and kind of like wrap the cloak around me like a little blanket.
He kind of takes a moment to turn his head a little more to you, since he's turned it away to look straight. He turns a little more to you, and you can see like the tip of his helmet slightly nudge up. That cloak's not yours, is it? Was it a gift?
I guess you could say it was. It was my father's.
He kind of turns more to you, and he asks you very softly, was he a nice father?
He was the best father I could have ever asked for.
He takes a moment to like tilt his head up. Interesting. Really interesting.
I kind of look over to him again, the raised eyebrow. How is that interesting?
I don't really know what a father's supposed to look like. As you see, mine is more of a general.
Yeah. Sorry.
I used to have someone I was close to, though. And I like that. How you feel about with your father?
Who were they? If you don't mind me asking.
She was my older sister. Name was Kiara. Out of all my siblings, she was the only one who was ever nice to me. She used to sit down and just tell me stories. And anytime I did not miss her, Thanatos would bully me because they'd always give them an earful.
Where is she now? Do you know?
He gives you a soft sigh. I'm still looking for her. I might be a scout, and I would be good at finding people. But seems no matter how hard I look, I can't find her. She left when I was around 14. And I cried that day a lot. She fought with her dad. And she left. And with that, she left with a little bit of hope I had left.
After he says that, I'm just gonna really lightly put my hand on his shoulder. Well, if it means anything, I really do hope you find her. And if at any point I can help, I'll do so gladly.
You can see him adjust his helmet a little. And a little sniff you can hear from the hollowness of his helmet. I still have hope. Maybe when I was younger I might have lost it, but I'm not that small anymore. I'll find her.
We'll find her.
You can see kind of like a panned out visual of you guys now sitting close next to each other, hand on shoulder, as you enjoy the breeze, the cold embrace of a comforting wind. Hours pass, and during this time, Fear, you're sat with the Ajax. You guys took the farthest seat to just speak, since the recent little headbutting that you had with Maribel. Maribel seems to have taken a far seat as well. Still a little heated, but kind of sleeping. You know, like when you're sleeping, you thrash around a little, like angry, still angry a little.
Okay, Brett.
Angry. Okay. Ajax and Fear,
Angry
you guys are sitting-
hummy.
Ajax just kind of like tries to sit like very politely, like, you know, hands on the table, just looking at Freya. Like, I have something very important to tell you, and I hope for now we can keep this between us.
Okay. What's with all the mystery?
It actually is a delicate topic. He hesitates a little to say it. I met with Calico before going into this trip.
You did what?
Can you roll for what's it called?
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm
Cat
gonna
fight,
say
cat fight.
roll for. Let's see.
Gotta go. Shh.
Well, let's have the party decide. What should for your roll to see if they're hiding this? Because they fucking yelled, and that was a yell. Yeah, let's see if you yelled it quietly, like what, or you yelled like that.
It'd be funny if you also did like a deception test, if anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
give me
if-
deception and stealth. I agree with that.
So
Wait,
on
both of us or
stealth-
who?
On stealth, I rolled a
for your-
23. On deception, I rolled a 0.
Okay.
Can I try to roll
You-
deception? I want to help him.
Yes, go for it.
Also, I'm gonna
I'm
give
surprised you don't use your familiar to help people
No,
out.
I was gonna say that, and because I want to like make sure that we both get good rolls. Michael, you have my familiar. Roll again for deception.
1. Instead of a 0, I got a 1.
Whereas because they roll,
Okay, so
I roll a 3 + 1.
So it was quiet enough for no one else outside the cart to hear, but definitely everyone in the cart heard that. And they kind of like everyone kind of like who's in the cart kind of turns to you guys for a second, which is just I believe just Mel and Ricky. So they kind of like
What the
hello.
fuck is wrong with this dude?
No, I want to hear Ricky's opinion about this. What is your philosophical opinion about this, Ricky?
Ricky.
Peppy, translate.
Peppy, what are your thoughts on this disturbing development that has happened with our bird friend Freyr? Pepstifer?
Pepstifer.
I love that name, Pepsifer.
Pepsi Cola.
Dr. Pepper.
Coca-Cola Light,
Coca-Cola Light,
Coca-Cola normal, y Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola
cero. Oh, thank you. Well, my Hispanics in chat will understand.
all that I remember now is Ricola.
Ricola.
No.
I think
All right.
Kiki is gone.
I think
Kiki, you're alive.
Kiki is in space.
Too much King, give us a sign. Oh, hi.
We're asking what's your opinion about the recent developments with Freyr and his loud noise? Tell us about it, and allow Pepsifer to explain to us.
I don't know. I got up to grab food like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
Yeah. I've been
Okay,
Ricky didn't notice.
can I just say this? Ricky definitely heard it, walked up to the table, and just stared at you guys, fucking eyes like looking in different directions. So for your yelled,
shouted.
and he shouted, "You did what?" And they tried to hide it, but they are not very good at hiding it. So you guys definitely heard it.
I was trying
It
to
was just-
scream.
It was a genuine reaction, yeah.
And I just imagine Ricky like licking one of his eyes.
One of his eyes like lost his
Like a
orb.
fucking chameleon.
Two eyes in both directions. He licks his right eye.
Yes.
I gotta stay moist.
I gotta stay moist. So he's licking it. He's licking. Wow.
Yeah, because Ricky doesn't blink, so he licks his eyeballs.
Just as a
horrifying.
precaution, can I roll a can of paint away from us so Ricky follows it?
Yes, that's Ricky. Wow.
Hey, Ricky, catch.
Or
and then roll the
you
can,
don't
like,
you don't
super
even
away.
roll a can of paint. You just need to roll like a coin, and bro would go after it.
Nah, but Ricky's behaving very well. I will give him a can of paint.
You'll have a treat.
Yeah, have a treat away from us.
But yes, for your try to hide something, he couldn't hide it. So what do you say, Ricky? What would you be doing in that situation after hearing this? And licking your eyes, keeping them moist. Moist.
Fucking stare at him.
No, but I did roll like, do you want some paint, buddy?
I'm just still
roll
staring.
for
I'm
persuasion.
still fucking staring at this bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna roll for persuasion then.
He's
Yeah, see if
fucking
you convince Ricky.
owling
Ricky
while
is-
he's going for the paint.
Oh yeah!
Turning his.
That's a 14 plus 1. That's a 15.
What's your roll for persuasion as well to see if you like to save yourself, Ricky. If you're
A
persuaded by this or that.
persuasion
Saving
saving
throws
roll.
Or do
Charisma.
I just roll? Oh, okay,
Charisma.
charisma.
Save yourself from the situation and not be enticed by the paint
I got a
can.
14.
Plus your modifiers and everything.
Yeah, it's a 14 with the
I got a
modifier.
15. Slightly better.
Okay, you're fighting the urge, but you are slightly convinced by the paint
You wanna
can.
know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna open my mouth, and I'm gonna let Peppy crawl out to go get me the paint can while I'm still just staring at Friere. The entire time I'm just looking him dead in the eyes while I'm doing this.
Prolonged eye contact.
I imagine a
This-
little goblin that's like covered head to toe in like paint. Like you can see the paint dripping from his face, but instead of seeing a face, it just looks like goop that's covering it, and one of his eyes are peering out of it. And he's like, and he rocks over to, he like crawls to the can of paint. The horrific sight.
Like, oh, that's new.
All I can think is that Ricky's looking like a fucking dog that wants to be held and like picked up.
Little chihuahua vibrates a
Staring.
little.
Yeah.
Can I guess Ajax just like clears his throat, like, well, I guess this meeting just has a new member. Before you say anything, let me explain.
What's there
Since
to explain?
just hear me out. Since Calico kind of joined the enemy, she's been consistently sending me messages through a spell every year.
Oh,
and
fuck.
and I agreed to meet with them to see how they're doing, to see if there's anything that would help us, take advantage of the situation. For all I know, they're just been in the lawmakers' facilities, studying magic, and I have a very good feeling that Ida's with them. I just want you to know this because maybe we might be confronting them sooner than we expect.
Oh, I had the giggle for you.
So you're saying I have a chance?
I'm just telling you this to be prepared. That's all, and I don't want to startle the
I've
rest.
been more than prepared. It's been 2 years.
Look, maybe we have different views on Calico, but I would like to resolve this through dialogue, maybe not necessarily fighting firsthand.
You handle it your way. I'll handle it mine.
And that's fine. I respect it. I'm not asking you to do what I'm doing or handle it the way that I would. I just wanted you to be aware of it. And again, I don't want to startle anyone. So if you could keep this, low.
On what the kids say, the down low.
I'll do it for you as a favor.
And I appreciate that. I just know you're better keen in combat, and I would just wanted to ask you to keep watch. Maybe if we get any clue or we can get any tactical advantage on our side, that will be really good for everyone. I wouldn't like getting anyone hurt again, not like 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, violence is a tactical advantage.
I guess. I'm not quite sure if they will contact me ever again, but if it happens, I'll let you know.
Yeah, do that, please.
Yeah, so that's about it. You can enjoy the rest of, the amenities in the car, and I don't want to keep you here just worrying about like hypothetical scenario of Calico attacking us again.
Is there Salem? Is there other people on the train, or is it just like a royal train?
There are other people in other carts, but seems that this is currently your cart is just your party.
What are the amenities?
from what Elliot explored, there's a small device on the table that seems to be called a snail. It's a seems to be a telephonic device that you can dial in 3 numbers and it will connect you to different carts, and each one has different amenities. The list is on the table. Actually, I'll even ask Elliot if you can remind everyone what the numbers are and stuff that was on the table.
You think I remember that?
I thought you wrote it down.
I did not.
I did not wrote it down.
I did not
I
write them
did
down
not.
either. All
Okay,
right?
so like let's just pretend there's a list
Yes.
of the codes and you can read, and the codes are there.
Yes, their codes are there, and you definitely know what the codes are. And all you know is that there's storage. There's what's it called? The conductor. It says conductor, storage, and also kitchen. I'm gonna go find something to eat.
God, suit yourself.
Can I go vibe with the whale?
You're in the whale.
No, but remember the
engine
whale
room.
itself
Bro.
is the engine room.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Never mind.
There's a whale that controls these things, and they're like on a little treadmill as they point as they kind of walk forward.
Okay.
And like they're connected to a couple of pipes that feed them and also allow them to let off steam as they're going. Oh, just so you know, all whales are land crawlers. That's why they like to be fed coal and lumps that keeps them warm and nice and dry at all times. Yeah, go for it. If you'd like to go chill with the whale.
Quick question.
Diggy
And
hole.
this is just for artistic purposes. What color is the paint that Pepe is covered in?
I'd say it's kind of like, I don't know why I have a weird favoritism for aquamarine recently, so I think it's like an aquamarine color.
Okay, and second question.
Oh, I
how-
just realized the meme is also an aquamarine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's that color. He's a little green
Okay.
goblin covered in aquamarine paint.
Okay, and other question. What would you say? What is the proportion to a can of paint to Pepe? Like, is Pepe bigger than the can of paint? Smaller?
He's as small as the can of paint. He's a very tiny goblin. Well, actually, we'll give you even a little bit of a drawn idea as we discuss more things. But I
I
don't know
would
where
like
the...
Pepe's eyes to be looking in 2 different directions.
Of
Can
course.
Can I give a size reference for him?
For
Yeah,
Pepe.
sure.
Can I give a size reference? Like, Ricky is already 2 feet, so how big is Pepe?
Well, he is the TARDIS inside, remember? So he can
Yeah.
fit whatever. He is the bag of holding. So
Ah!
Pepe could technically be
Yes,
bigger than
Pepe!
him.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just kind of again. I feel the need to draw stupid shit with the hat and all.
You could give him a hat, not a wizard hat, but you could give him a hat. I give you creative freedom on that one.
Okay,
Wait, no,
it's
no,
gonna
no,
be.
no. I know exactly. The fucking
Oh, it's gonna be.
Elliot
It
shoe
could be a
that I stole.
fedora hat.
Elliot's shoe that I stole.
There
Have
wa-
him, have him like rock it
This
like
is crap.
backwards, like if it's a snapback. But it's just Elliot's fucking shoe.
And then he has the crown on top.
No, that's fucking Pepe. I have the crown. I'm the fucking king.
Oh, so,
Uh-huh.
so Pepe's wearing the shoe on the
Yeah, Pepe's wearing the shoe, Elliot's shoe that I stole last session.
Okay.
Hold on, I have an
So
idea. I
Pepe
want to
is
know-
wearing the
hold-
shoe. It's covered in paint and it's bringing you a can of paint.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Can
my
I-
have an idea.
Can I
Jay.
ask a
wanna-
clarifying question?
best. Go for it.
Does this mean that Elliot's just like still walking around with just one shoe?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That
Confirmed.
makes the
Canonically.
moment you had with Celtis even
A
better.
little funny. It's a little funny.
Yeah.
Fucking shoe stealer. What the heck?
The things we do for Reiki.
I told you I
Oh,
had a
Jay,
plan for the shoe.
before you draw anything, Jay, I have an idea, and I want you to tell me what you think about this idea.
Damn, you have 2 artists in commission for this stupid thing.
We should. Do you know it would be really nice? You do your drawing, and then when Kika and I do our drawing date again, we try to do a replication.
Yo, that's how.
Kika, thoughts?
I'll fucking cry, but sure.
Aw.
You did it once, you can do it again. I was gonna say you can join later because you still need to DM.
I know. I'm gonna DM in a second.
I'm gonna-
I will DM in a
I'm
second.
so sorry for the sidetrack.
No, this is
Bro,
perfect.
this happens every time.
This happens.
Okay, this
every
doesn't.
time.
It doesn't happen every time with Salem. It happens every time with me. I do this shit for KK. Bringing all this
Okay,
stupid brain
Don't worry.
rot.
But I was like also wanting to see what else do you guys do because Freer's currently going out to see where the kitchen is. Correct?
Yeah. He's gonna
Alright.
treat himself with a after anger kind of snack.
Right. So you make your way to the kitchen, Freer. And as you make your way to the kitchen, you can see there is like a couple of chefs that seem to be like working right now, making a couple of little snacks and entrees. So what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Hey man, give me the biggest thing you got. I'm hungry. I know it's late.
The guy gives you a bit of a nod, and they go into the what's it called? They go into a pot that seems to be has been slow boiling for a while, and as it's been slow boiling for a while, he takes a ladle, takes a little sip of it to see if it's good. Seems to be good. And he pulls you a big hearty bowl of a large meaty stew.
What's in this?
And what's it called? He looks at it for a second and says, it should be wild boar. Nothing really too special. It was killed before departure, so it's pretty fresh, I'd say. It's been cooking since we left, so a couple hours now.
What do I owe you?
And he like chuckles like, yeah, right, you owe me something. That's a funny one.
Just take it's money. Just take the money.
Yeah, I'm not taking something that the king's already paid for.
Fucking king. Thanks. I'm gonna walk over to a table and go eat my stew.
Okay.
Can I investigate Can I roll a perception check to see who's in the car?
In that car specific?
Yes.
Okay. As you check, what's it called? What's in the cart? You just see it seems to be just like a couple of line chefs and one head chef. He seems to be wearing a red hat. And they're like of varying creatures. You notice the head chef themselves is like seems to be like a dwarf. And the other two, one is a halfling and the other is a you know what? I would say they are a turtle.
Interesting. Can I go to the dwarf, the head chef?
The guy you spoke to, yeah.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know the mistress?
Well, you don't happen to know what?
The mithril smith from that town. Fuck, I forgot what town it was.
Hammerton?
Hammerton. There it is. Hammerton.
Guys, also by the way, before you continue, that's how I imagine Peppy. That's my imagining of Peppy. Covered in paint, little arms, got a boot on his head, covered in paint. How you feel, Ricky? How you feel about my interpretation of Peppy?
I didn't see it. Wait, what is it?
Fucking face.
Covered in paint. It's like, hello.
I love
Hello,
that.
I'm Peppy.
I'm gonna be very happy to see two interpretations of the same idea.
Oh my god, I love it.
He's like naked too. He's just kind of like, haha, I am just like the king, no clothing. My king has no shame, so I shall not have shame either.
What have I
He's always
done?
like drenched. He's always drenched in paint, so you never like see anything. He's just covered in paint all the time.
What have I done? I speak for 2 minutes.
and you've made this
Then I
creature.
derailed the session.
Okay, continuing. The guy looks at you, Freer, and he's like, "What do you think I am? I'm a chef. I don't know every fucking dwarf."
I never said that. Just
Yeah, but it kind
essentially-
of sounded like you you
he
insinuated that.
seemed like a pretty famous guy.
And no, not all people know about that. That's stuff you ask people who are into smithing, or in the blacksmiths guild. Not me. I'm a cook.
All right, sorry. You know, I have some wyvern here in my bag. If you won't take money for, pre-prepared meals, could you cook this for me? I'll pay you for it.
Now you're speaking my language. Let me see that meat.
I'm gonna hand him part of the wyvern's leg and the wyvern ice gland.
Okay. He looks at it and he's like, now this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. And he's like, okay, give me an hour and I can make some good stuff with this.
I'll be right here. Here's a gold.
And he takes it, he bites on it, and he says, I can probably use this to cook. And then he goes off to the counter.
It's money. God.
You actually get the opportunity to observe as you see he very delicately fillets the leg, very carefully peeling off each scale. You can see as he scores the meat properly and debones it very carefully, keeping every bone intact. And into a boiling pot of water, you can see him throw the bone in there to make his own stock and broth. And with that, he starts with what seems to be kind of a dry herb rub, starts to slowly massage that into the meat, like tenderly caressing it, ensuring that it's well coated. As that sits to marinate, you can see as he dips a finger into the sack of the ice gland that it had, and you can see it. He's seeing the freshness of it. He sees it's very fresh, and with that, he takes a pint, what seems like a couple pints of like a milk, like kind of milk from, you're not sure exactly which creature, but it's definitely milk. And he starts to slowly knead that into the sack itself and starts shaking it. And after a couple minutes of shaking, he opens the sack back up, and you can see like a glistening kind of sorbet textured, light blue, like concoction that he's made with it. You can see him also throw in a couple of odd little herbs, of green herbs, to give it a minty, fresh taste. From that, you can see him scoop out and place in a very fine little gauntlet and slides it over to you and says, "Yeah, you can have that while you wait for the rest."
Yeah, you're the best.
You now have a what's it called? It's called wyvern sorbet, made straight from the
What?
gland.
That's so cool,
No, I'm good.
dude. That's so cool. What is it? It tastes minty fresh. You said, right?
It's almost like it's a very minty fresh texture. He's added a couple little things. It has a very creamy milk like texture as well with it. It seems like the gland itself kind of crystallizes it a bit. And you can also taste hints of a couple of wild berries in it, specifically kind of like, I guess, the equivalent of blueberry to us. So there's the flavor and the color to match.
I'm gonna have the. Can I ask? Hey man, sorry to bother you again. I'm very busy, but can I get a small bowl and a spoon? Another one.
You can see him like kind of like yell over to one of the other cooks. It's like, I need a bowl and a spoon, medium or large. What size?
Thanks.
Oh, I'm asking you, big, medium or large?
Oh, small. It doesn't have to be very big.
Okay, pass me medium bowl. And with that, you can see it slide towards you, the bowl with the spoon inside of it.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go back into the royal cart real quick. I'll be right back.
They nod to you. They all nod to you, and they're like, you can hear them like in unison, "Yeah, chef," and then they continue doing what they're doing and cooking.
I'm gonna walk back into the royal cart and find Ajax.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. As you return back to the royal cart, you can see what was it called? Ajax is just sitting idly in their chair, seeming to like look a little distracted as they kind of stare towards like where the window would be, but not really like at the window, more like just staring towards the direction of the window.
Like
Um,
worried because of what he
I'm-
just said.
I'm gonna take the smaller bowl and fill it up with ice cream from the grand bowl, and then I'm gonna give Ajax the grand bowl. Here,
Okay.
snack fit for a king.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. What is it?
Wyvern.
Oh, eggs?
Yeah.
Would you like to take a bite?
Sorbet thing. He said.
I'm not very hungry right now, but I'm gonna keep it here. Okay.
It'll melt.
Actually, oddly enough,
you
even
give
after
the
no,
vegetarian meat.
it's not meat.
Oh, it's not meat.
No,
I
it's
thought the wyvern is a.
Wyvern
How did-
ice gland. There was no
It's an-
meat in it. It takes the ice properties of the gland. and
actually,
mixes it with
oddly
milk.
enough, you've been holding it for this long. And for how much you've been moving around, you'd think that the warmness of the cart would have melted it, but it seems to keep like a consistent, like smooth crystalline texture at all times.
Oh well, Ajax doesn't know that. I know that is not from. You just said wyvern, so you got him worried because he he doesn't eat animals.
Well, this is not really eating the animal. Like you could
No, I
get
know,
this
but what
without
I'm
hurting
saying
the wyvern as well. It's just that
No, what
well,
I'm
you guys
saying
killed
is
it.
that Freer just said, "Oh, it's wyvern." So you
No,
got
yes.
Ajax worried.
No, Ajax is right. Ajax is right. It'll melt. What do you mean you're not gonna eat it?
I'm not sure if you know this, but I don't eat meat.
There's no meat in it.
But there isn't?
It's milk and some other stuff that was shaking in a wyvern ice gland to make it cold. So it's got the
Oh,
wyvern properties, but it's not meat.
Oh, then.
I'll eat that myself.
Oh, okay, then. I'll give it a try.
Did you take a bite?
Yeah.
As you take a bite, your ears perk as you feel your mouth chill, and with a delightful, sweet yet minty flavor, you can feel a little bit of like thinking kind of like when it's winter and you feel that cold breath come out. You can feel a little bit of that seep from your mouth. Chills you a little, but it's quite tasty. Sweet with hints of wild berries and mint. A quite delightful treat. Very fitting for royalty.
Oh, it's actually not that bad. I like it a lot.
Their chefs are good.
Oh yeah, they've been doing this for a while now, and I'm all very happy to take them around whenever I go.
Yeah, please do. I like them.
I'll make sure to
Very
keep that in mind.
Anyway, I'll see you around, and I'll go
Okay.
back to the kitchen.
Okay, be careful.
What am I gonna do? Trip?
Can you make him trip?
Roll acrobatic.
Ah!
I'm not rolling for shit because I can fly. I'm gonna flap my wings.
You're gonna flap your wings in a not very like spacious
Graceful.
area for you to fly. I mean, it's a big cart, so actually, I can see Fury
It's a
doing it. Never
30
mind.
foot tall cart. What do you mean?
Well, like it's not 30 foot tall for the space you're in. It's just 2 level. It's 2 levels.
You said it was a grand cart with 30 feet.
Yeah, a grand cart, 30 feet in total height from the outside. Go inside, it's not 30 feet all the way straight up. It's literally 1 level and then a second level for it. So that's why it's a grand cart, because it's 2 levels.
Oh, you never clarified that.
No, they
Well, you never asked, because you were on the outside. You didn't see it.
All right, am I rolling this or not?
Yes.
Fuck you. 7.
So you do trip a little, but as you make that comment, like, what am I going to do? Trip? You trip a little, but then like you catch yourself for a moment, and give me a performance to see how well you catch yourself.
Performance?
Yep.
Why wouldn't that
See if you stick the landing.
You kind of got
Eight-
yourself into it.
18.
Okay, so then you trip, but then you make it look cool. It's like, and then you like drop to the ground, do push-ups, like 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I had to work out, like that. You make it look nice.
Do I drop my ice cream on the floor?
No, I'd say like you're doing one-handed push-ups, because it's 18, it's pretty high. I'd say like, oh, you fall perfectly, hold the thing, and you do your push-up. Like, oh, sorry, gotta burn off the calorie. Yeah, you gotta burn off the calories as you're holding one thing in your hand.
Too many calories in this goddamn ice cream. I need to.
You gotta burn them off. Keep my
no
figure.
Point, there's no point in flying if you're too fat to fly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be on my way.
Okay.
Tell no one.
Tell no one, yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching you.
When you return to the cart, you see a luxury plate of food. It seems that they have served you the wyvern meat in a kind of after being well marinated and sitting in its dry rub. It seems to have been breaded and lightly pan fried and skewered. So it kind of like I'd say like in a katsudon kind of way, and it is accompanied with a light sauce that was made from the broth of the bones, and a small little bowl that also accompanies just like the broth by itself, the rich flavors of the broth, and a white fluff. It looks like this stuff you've never seen before. Actually, it looks like grain, but it's a white and fluffy that seems to accompany it.
Man, this looks amazing. Sure beats the food I had on the road, or at home for that matter. God knows the old man couldn't cook.
With that, he says, "Well, that's not even the best part." And he pulls, what is it called, from a pan. You can see as he raises one of the top of it, you can see like 3 large like fried eggs. And not of your species, of course, just 3 large fried eggs of a basilisk, and it's just the right over easy where the egg is the yolk is still well runny, and he lays it on top, still slightly sizzling from being in the pan. It's like, there you go, now it's done.
God damn, you are the best.
You see him like,
you got a business card or like a snail number?
you can see him like put across his hand like a confident smirk on his face, and he's like, they don't call me the royal cook for nothing. And what's it called, he passes you a card that says, I do bar mitzvahs, and then goes back to the cooking.
This guy is awesome.
God, I'm gonna have to become a king. Make some fucking.
You're already getting this for being friends with the fucking prince.
No, but I want this one on my own. I want this one.
Oh my.
I want this one.
I want this one, mother. I want this one. And as Freya enjoys this meal, well seasoned, well cooked. I'd say you're eating it right now, right?
Yeah, I think I want to go to break because I'm hungry now.
I don't worry, we'll let the go to break. I just want to describe, as you're eating this, you can feel the light crunch of the wyvern, but like it's almost like mind blowing to you because this like savory yet slight sour tang that it has to it, a slight hit of heat as well. It's quite delightful, not too overbearing, and the crunch turns into like this like juicy yet very tender sensation of the meat. It's something you don't think you've ever had before. And it combines well with the strange white fluffy substance. You're not sure exactly what it is, but it's like blandness complements well the extremely well seasoned meat, and it feels very refreshing to then have a little bit of the bone broth that seems to have a hint of like the light hint of meatiness, but a slight hint of citrusness to it. It's just a well-balanced combination of like heavy flavors and like delicate like blandnesses and just like palate cleansers all together that you can quite well enjoy. And the sauce just like seems to wrap it all together. So yes, you are quite delighted with your delicious meal.
If you ever need or no, mostly violence. If you need violence, let me know. I'll do anything for another meal like this.
Actually, for your interestingly enough, since this was made from an ice wyvern, after eating it, you remember a really interesting fact. Roll for insight. See if you remember.
Ooh.
Rolling.
17. Or 18.
Awesome.
The modifier.
Awesome. So you remember an interesting fact as you were eating like jerky with the chieftain back in Oshido. You guys were in the middle of a job, taking a break, and you're eating jerky, and you noticed that there's an odd bitter taste to the jerky, but you still had to eat it because there's no other food. And he told you a fun fact. And he told you, well, boy, did you know? Eating certain kinds of meals and nutritions actually, they make you a little stronger. You see, this stuff right here, this comes from one like it's a landrake. It's the poison kind of the poison variety. Eat enough of this, and you'll feel a little less hurt by the poisons. Some people even said that the people of old Oshido used to use it to treat those who were intoxicated. But you brushed it off during that time, thinking it was just the old man blabbering around.
Can I
But that
ask
fact-
the chef?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What do you want to ask the chef?
You're a big cook, and you probably cooked everything known to man. Does eating enough of ice wyvern give you like protection from certain things?
He then gives you like a nod, like a soft nod. He's like, yeah, scholars have found that actually eating certain kinds of meats from certain kinds of creatures give you some beneficial facts. I've even heard that some people eating ice wyvern as you're doing it yourself have felt more resistant to the cold.
I know it's late. I don't know when your shift ends, but I have a lot more wyvern.
As long as you keep bringing me more wyvern, I'll keep cooking up great meals.
You got it. I'm gonna pull the whole wyvern leg out, the giant fucking leg, and just put it on the counter next to my meal.
With that, you can see a fiery determination in his eyes, and he looks at the other boys. Is like, "All right, boys, let's get cooking." And you can hear them say, "Yes, chef," as they all grab the proper tools and start to prepare it. And with that, we will go into a recession. I will see you guys at 7:50 exactly. So yes, okay. With that, it's a great time on the cart. The cart is slowly approaching Oshido now. It's making its what's it called? It's making its one of its stops in the Watercrest first, and then what's it called? Moving forward into the into Oshido. But as you you guys take a moment to look outside the window as you leave like a little section of the Godwoods to enter the other nation that will then lead into the Oshido. You can see kind of like the border of the Godwoods, and it is a saddening sight, actually. You can see much of the lush forest you were accustomed to is now just abruptly cut and ended into smoldering trees and ash and dust. A shadow of what once was a beautifully lush forest. This is the work of a waterfowl.
So you said this was the border of the Godwoods that led to Oshido?
No, this is the border of. So think of it kind of like you're going to the Watercrest. So if you go to the map, I'd say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which we have the map here. You go straight through the Rockwoods into the Oasis, and then from the oasis you go a little bit into the waterfront, so Selton's waterfront or the watercrest. And in that little bit, as you're going through Selton's watercrest, you see, like right under, you see where like that pond of water is on the map. From like make a straight line, that down is all burnt forest. And you guys can see, because like you guys are kind of like hovering around the border of it right now. And look at the map on, like, if you look at the map, it's on the, yeah. So basically half the nation is burnt. It is a shadow of it once was. You can see it, the air. Slightly, you can smell this slight hint of like smolder and ash and wood ash. It is void of life. Even now, seeing this scenery, you can hear his laugh of Proto, waterfowl.
Jesus Christ.
What happened?
I said Jesus Christ, and that was in character, by the way.
Oh, so I thought Ajax was saying something in character as well. Okay. We finally make it to a new station. It's called the Water Well, or locals call it the Watering Hole. You are now in the. Taking a step out, you notice it's a lush desert, quite a little lively. You can see the people here are dressed a little differently. Not what you're used to the fancy kind of Victorian style dresses, large extravagant dresses and uptight layers of clothing. You see a lot of rag wear and tear in these parts. You see it's actually quite common that many people wear like oddly large like hats that cover them, protect them from the blazing heat of the sun. You can see there's many people who are. It seems that this port actually stops at a farming village, which it seems they're harvesting a strange plant that grows in the water and the small little bits of water that do accumulate from place to place. And before you guys leave, as the train makes its second to last stop, we go back to Carmilla, who is slowly turning the doorknob. Tension is building. For a moment, the environment feels quiet. And you turn the doorknob, but it's locked.
Here we go.
What do you do, Carmel?
What's in the thief's tools again? Do you know that?
Thieves' tools can be used for lock picking. If that's your question, yes.
Can I only use it once?
The kit itself you can use for several things because there's a lot of things in the thieves' tool. It does have a lockpick that can be used once. Yeah. I'll even get like a list of all the things that are in thieves' tools.
So I can only use the lockpick once.
Yes. So just to give you an idea, it does have a small file, a set of lockpicks, so like one or two, I'd say a set would make like three. So you have like three lockpicks. A small mirror mounted on a metal handle, so something you can put under and see the reflection of something, and a set of narrow bladed scissors and a pair of pliers as well. So it's very good for like disarming booby traps and stuff like that.
Alright, then I'll just lockpick the door.
Okay. There is a. I forgot. There's a roll for that. Rogues, do you guys know what your role is?
Sleight of
Do you do
hand,
thieves
right?
too? Observant. Observant. But it's not sleight of hand actually. It's just a d20 that you add your dex modifier to. So it's a dex roll.
Just a dex roll, not sleight of hand roll.
Nope, it's a D&D. It's a D&D. It's a d20 that you roll with your dex modifier. And if you're proficient at using thieves tools, like it mentions, oh, your class is pretty good at using thieves tools, then what's it called? You can add your proficiency modifier as well.
I got a 14.
14. Okay. You try to unlock it, and your first lockpick snaps. You felt close though, like you were just about to get in. It snaps. Like click.
No, I'm just using a crowbar. I'm not wasting anymore.
Oh my god!
Lockpicks.
You're
I'm
you're
getting in
gonna.
there.
You're just going to fucking break it open.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth roll to see how quietly you do things. Did you order it? From what place? They close in 30 minutes. How are you going to tell me? They're going to cancel the order if it's. Okay.
Dirty 20.
30-20. Okay.
Widest crowbar.
So it seems that you're new. You're not. What's it called? This ain't your first rodeo. You're pretty good at this, and you kind of feel the seams of the door, knowing exactly where the hinges are. You apply light pressure with the crowbar, kind of like slightly pulling the nails out from the wall, and you do it like very meticulously and carefully, and you're able to actually unhinge the little hinges of the door properly, so you can just like pry open the door almost like if you can push it in. So yeah, good job. Good job. So the whole door is open, basically. So no door, actually. But yes. Really just gonna go in there with no friends. Gotcha. Let's see as you enter the. I don't think they noticed you. That's the thing.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to notice that you're gone.
I don't think you ever unhid. That's also a thing. So you're like hidden doing all this stuff very
I love that
secretively.
Mista was so ready to call it on their friends, like, oh, they didn't notice I was gonna, like, you hid.
Yeah, you hid. You're hidden. So they're like, you're fucking gone. You
said-
disappeared.
I said last time I was talking, I told them about the alleyway. So
It's not my fault
Like I
that they
said-
didn't hear me, even though I was like basically invisible.
Well,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, you did say it, but then we didn't get the chance to react to it because then you went straight into you going to the door.
Mm-hmm. Fucking invisible bitch. No, I'm kidding. Okay, and you fade into the shadows of the eerily dark room. We move over to Aurelia and Kitten left kind of probably looking around. And Aurelia, you're helping up Kit right now from the ground.
So are you gonna let me cover her? Are you gonna give me something to cover her now?
I have an overdress. I can give you that. But I would like to keep the tablecloth.
Fine, let me get the overdress.
I take the overdress out of my inventory and I give it to Kit.
Thank you.
Reluctantly.
I do that
I take
reluctantly.
And I take it with a pout. And then I go to cover the body and realize, while looking around, where's Carmilla? I ask aloud, I'm like, where's Carmilla?
I'm sorry, when you were saying that you pouted, I imagined literally it's like, I pass it to you reluctantly, looks away, what's it called, shyly, and I take it reluctantly, pouts cutely.
That's horrendous. Stop that.
Um, yeah, they might be hating each other now, but they're gaily hating each other.
Yeah.
God, you fucking faggots.
Shut up,
okay.
you're bigger one.
He's also pouting cutely because he can't be a part of it.
I've been pouting cutely this entire fucking arc. Because I'm far away from you.
That's see, faggot. Anyways, continue.
You guys take a look around. You don't really see Carmilla anywhere. I'd say roll. Give me a perception roll, all three of you, to see if you notice one thing though. $11. I was like, nah.
Nah.
I got a 25.
Jesus
Christ.
Yeah, and I got an
And
8. So
Kit?
we're going with the higher roll, right?
So we're going to the higher roll.
Going with the higher roll,
So
right?
Lev and Kit are looking around and they're like, oh, where could they be? You know, like, where could they be? Oh no, like that kind of like a little cartoony. I'm not sure where they are. And Raleigh kind of like looks down the alley, and though it's dark, you hear something. You hear sinful whispers, a trade that you're all too familiar with. You can hear the call of, I guess you could say, the call of lust and desire as people are being taken advantage of, by being charmed. In the sound in these distant whispers, they allure you, and grab your attention. You make Kit and Left aware of this as you both look down the alley, and with just a small squint to look a little further down, or you see just the slight bit of Carmela's like cape, because they have like a little bit of a fringed bottom to their overcoat. You see it kind of like disappear into a doorway.
I
do you do?
like mutter under my breath, like I'm like fuck, and then I follow. But I do it. Is there anyone around? Nah, I do it stealthily. I think I'd also tell Kit and Left, but I'd also start going towards the place where I saw the door, I guess, stealthily.
Does that mean we have to all roll for stealth?
Yeah, give me a stealth roll, all of you, and Ralia, there's something else that you notice as well. You remember writing the directions of the church you needed to investigate, and it just hits you. This Church of the Divinity, the Trinity of Divinity. You realize that this is the church on Valtrap that you were looking for, and like a sense of shit waves over you, even more harshly.
Oh, isn't that just amazing? Okay.
That's
Okay.
fucking lovely.
Okay. Left and Norale, I just need your guys' stealth checks. We're good.
I mean, why would I be rolling stealth? Did I say I was stealthily going anywhere?
Okay, never mind. Left. Fuck left. Apparently, let's see how loud you do it. Give me performance.
I mean, so wait, do I see the nuns and stuff?
Yeah, you can definitely see like the nuns and things that are like there's a couple of different nuns as they are like essentially doing the unchristian things of seduction against like some unsuspecting people. They seem to be very vulnerable people, and they're all being charmed. Do you want to roll for performance to see just how well you even go through the whole area?
Oh, no, I want to walk up to them and say, hi, what are you doing here? Is
Left
this
moment
a
incoming.
sort thing?
Please.
So I'm so sorry, Aurelia and Kit, but your stealth is now null. And Leth, you do grab the attention of one of them. They turn around as like it seems that they're finished with the person that was in front of them, and they place their hands on your chest. Two more put hands on your shoulder, and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I use my thaumaturgy to change my eyes and can I change how I look so they don't remember what I look like?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna do that. Wait, can I
What?
actually like okay, I wanna change the color of my eyes. But I think like right before before I do that, can I put the nun like can I wear the nun outfit?
Yeah, sure.
I'm putting the nun outfit on.
Let me ask you something. Is Left just straight up home like gay all the way?
No, Left is Ace.
Oh, it's Ace. Okay. So it
Is
seems
Left
that you're
homo romantic?
it's are you homo romantic? Like you prefer to date men?
Yeah, sure.
What are you saying? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
definitely.
coming up with this on the fly.
All right. I was asking because as you essentially you take a whiff of like this of like the strange mist, like pink mist that seems to envelop you, and with a slight sense of discomfort, you kind of wave it away because it smells kind of bad to you. And you kind of look at the ladies with a little bit of like disgust, like what are you doing, you know? And you were
smell
saying
like shit.
What are you doing, lady?
and you see the sinful, sinister smile like immediately drop, and they're like, "What?" And they kind of like tilt their head, "Huh?" And the two nuns that are next to you as well, they also kind of like look at her and then look back at you, like, "Huh?" Like they'll do, "Huh?"
Please, I don't mind this performance art you're doing, but please leave me out of it.
The nun in front of you kind of like stops putting their hands on your chest, just kind of stands up and looks at you like, "Yeah, this is odd." With the nuns distracted, Aurelia and Kit, your roles are even more successful actually now, and they completely ignore you. More like more interested in how that they're not affecting love.
Is Left gonna talk his way out of another, or like talk his way into having more people by his
No,
side?
I don't think that's going to be the case. But they're more like, what? This doesn't make sense. It seems
Alright,
that
so
Left has a weird thing that the minute he meets prostitutes, for some reason they just all like are astonished that he somehow he exists. Happened with the femboys, now it's happening with the
Before we decide to go, like before we go all the way inside, I want to cast. I have to touch him. I want to see if there's a way that I can touch Left to give him resistance.
Yeah,
just in
actually,
case.
yeah, I will allow that. Actually, I will also Left make this a note on your sheet, because I don't remember, or I just maybe I just I didn't hear it. I didn't know your character right now. I'm realizing that they're like Ace.
Mhm.
Put immunity to charm.
Alright.
Because the idea of charm is that charm it plays off of like your own desire, but Left seems to not really have that. So you can't really be charmed if you don't really have a desire for something, like a lustful desire for that.
Good to know that.
So this is not a sign to say everyone turn your character's Ace. This is just a sign that Left uniquely has just like he got lucky essentially.
I mean, with how the party's been acting, I don't think anybody else
No,
is.
no, no.
Yeah.
I mean, except
Maybe Carmela.
yeah, she is the only one who hasn't been outwardly after any of the
I
characters.
don't know what you're talking about.
Hey
Shut
man,
up, you
I haven't been
fucking
outwardly
fucking
after anyone
fucking-
either,
Yeah, I'm
okay?
taking
Okay.
offense to
Hey
that.
man.
No, I'm good. Okay, hold up. Do not act like half of you were not fucking the minute fucking Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah, us as
and Ricky,
players.
and then no, and then Ricky, do not
Players.
say shit because the first thing you did was bury yourself in primordial titty. All right, that was the first fucking thing you did.
How could I not? Realistically, right? How do you put me in that position and not expect me to motorboat some space titties? Realistically. Like, come on.
My
now.
point was proven. And honestly, I kind of fuck with the idea that like Lef is just in general not really interested in any of it. He just wants more friends. So I kind of fuck with that idea. Because I was gonna say Ajax technically is ace as well, but he's more like what's it called? He's still like romantically interested in people. All he does, at least all from the beginning, Left from the beginning, has just not at all had any interest. He literally went to a brothel, and his first instinct wasn't, "Ooh, men." His first instinct was like, "Wow, you guys look like a swell group of friends. How about we all get together and have a delicious cup of tea?" You miss your good friends, the femboys. Which for
I
all of
miss
them, they're
lemon
very
and
happy
lime.
to just.
Yeah.
Who knows where they are in the world? Somewhere.
Let
One
this be a
day.
reminder. This is why you don't hand your twinks over to some old dude.
Hey man. Watch your mouth.
That's my dad.
Watch your fucking mouth,
Your
bro.
daddy's
I
dead.
swear to God. Shut the fuck up. Kill yourself. I hate you. Stop talking.
Okay, okay. And so, yeah. Left, you're completely immune to being charmed.
Yippee. So, oh, wait, are you guys like sex workers or something? If you are, don't. I totally respect that. It's just not for me, really. I'm sure you can find more people down the street or something. I'm just not that interested. I'm sorry.
I'd say after a couple minutes of them trying various things and just left kind of sitting there and probably on a box like, nope. They just got to a point where they kind of just gave up and they're like, and they just walked away. They just walked away. So yeah, Left, somehow you bullshit your way out of a possible fight by just being yourself.
Hey, that's what I do best.
Oh, I can't wait till you get your blessing, dude. 4 probably so far. I can't wait till Left gets their blessing. Their blessing is quite good.
Yo.
But it fits their character. Okay. You guys continue on. You see the unhinged door. You actually see the door was pried quite skillfully off of the hinges, and is like sitting next to the now open door. What do you guys do? All 3 of you, now you're standing in front of the door.
I'm just gonna walk in since I'm wearing the nun costume thing clothes. I don't really. They're not really gonna know anything.
I want to do an investigation check before walking through.
Yeah, go for it.
A 10.
10. You notice it's kind of damp around, and the door seems to be made of definitely wood.
This is nice information.
I
As you
guess
guys
can
proceed,
I
oh,
can I
go ahead.
roll too, just to help Kit out?
Yeah, you could definitely do.
Alrighty.
Doesn't Kit have guidance?
I do.
I'm surprised you
But
never use it on yourself.
I always think of somebody. I always think of using it on somebody else.
Yep.
I got an 18.
Okay. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Okay, so you can, after like investigating the area, you can definitely discern that this is like the only back entrance currently into this giant chapel. You now know that this could also be a really good escape exit since the door is unhinged and unbolted off, so there's no really way to barricade it at the moment. It's a good way in and out. You notice there are 3 levels also to the building as well, and you can smell the almost like the disgustingly strong tainted smell of like desire as you go in.
Okay.
It seems the floor is enveloped in this strange pink mist from over.
Can I also roll an Arcana check?
Yeah, go for it.
No, my Arcana is not good, but I've been having good rolls. So
So then I guess I'll tap you and give you guidance.
what does guidance do?
You
Adds a
touch one
plus
winning
4.
creep. Yeah.
Oh,
Or it says you can
Like
roll a
a
d4
D4.
and add the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
Okay.
say plus 4 because it's a D4. Just roll a
Mm.
D4. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said plus 4. My fault.
so
My
I
brain
roll it.
forgot.
So I roll a D4 on top of the D20.
Yes.
Okay.
Together,
Well,
essentially.
my initial roll was an 18 plus 1, so that's a 19 plus
19, good, good.
2. 21.
21.
21. So you recognize that this is the same magic that's used to charm, and that the other nuns were like using, like it was spewing out of their mouths as they spoke. So actually, instinctually, you decide to cover your mouth and nose. Give you a
Okay.
little bit more resistance to the charm.
Oh, so I see that. Do I see this happening?
I think I would tell you guys. I wouldn't just like keep that information to myself. I would tell you guys.
Alright, so I'm also covering. Don't need to get charms again. That wasn't nice.
Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. So I guess we would just like walk in at that point unless Left wanted to do anything.
No, I'm following along. You seem to know this, like, where to go better than I do.
Okay, sounds good. So I would do that. I'd just walk in. Um,
Am I the only one that's imagining like Raleigh and Kara like, whoa, gotta be stealthy, and they're like kind of like slightly hunched down, like quietly going through, and then
and
Left is just
Left
like
is
doo doo doo
skipping.
doo doo, just
Yeah,
walking,
skipping
frolicking in.
around. You hear the background music too, I would think.
Yes. Sometime having a good time, having a wonderful time. That's the music I imagine. Sorry. But okay, you guys enter. As you guys enter the darkly lit space, many mysteries ahead. Much uncertainty. Let's go back to Carmel for a moment. Carmel.
Hmm?
As you walk through the very strange chapel, strange religious building of worship, it is darkly lit, but you do have dark vision, so you're able to see most things that are happening here. It is, to you, an uneasy sight. There are bodies that seems to be like Linnyby's leaned up against the wall that are just like foaming at the mouth. You can see that they seem to be entranced. There's almost slight twitching in some of them. You can hear the moans and groans of different people as you walk past. You can see nuns as they drag bodies from room to room. It is nothing like you would imagine in an actual church. As you continue to walk forward, though, you start hearing like almost gospel being spoken, and it seems to be coming from a little further in. What do you do?
I go to it.
What?
I stay hidden though.
Okay. Okay. As you approach, the sounds the gospel gets clearer, as you can hear the voice of a man preaching. You start to catch like a glimpse of what he's saying. But with every man is tempted, and submitted to temptation, with his drawn away from his own lust, and enticed with the lust that then it shall have conceived. For this bring forth sin, and when sin has trialed, and its path has been finished, from there bringeth forth death, destined death. Feed your lust and feed your greed. Relieve yourself of sin and all that it encompasses. These words echo through the chapel. As you get closer and closer and closer, you can see a very dimly lit room. It's a very light blue light that essentially lights up the room, and you can see essentially a priest or a priest of sorts as they read from a strange book at a pedestal, and many pews filled with individuals who are in the same state as you've seen over there, but it seems like they're all kind of wailing, and you can hear the people wailing and wheezing, and it's just unsettling the scene as like nuns essentially in a sense defile them, strip them of their lust. It is not a pleasant sight to see. Some people seem to be so engrossed into it. Some people are fainting, people are losing consciousness, there are people starting to agonize in it. And Kit, you feel a tap on your shoulder, I'd say, or Carmilla, and when you look back, you notice it's Kit who tapped you on the shoulder very lightly. And you notice Aurelia, Kit, and Left are now behind you, right behind you.
Hi. What's going on?
There's like some priest over in that room. I don't know like exactly what they're doing, but it's like a whole bunch of people that like are in trance. And then there's also this guy that was like speaking to like a whole bunch of people about lust, stuff like that.
Huh. That's not something you hear. Was he like saying to go against lust?
Like, yes and no. I'm not really sure exactly. He was just like preaching about it for like, I only heard like a little bit of it when I came through. So I don't know what the whole thing he was saying was about entirely.
Should we be in here any longer? I feel like we might, you know, get hurt again. I asked this to the whole party.
I got some word, and I'm whispering this like as low as I can. Actually, no, I'm casting message. And I'm saying to all um all three of them that I got word that we need to be here.
Mhm.
And if any of them don't want to stay, they can go. Just be safe. But I definitely have to stay and figure out what's going on here.
As you guys are
What?
discussing, I would even say you guys hear a little more, because there's a guy who's giving gospel speaking loud, a little louder. And you see him almost slightly raise his hands and trance with his own words. And he says, "Yes, my nuns, defile each corpse with such care, and be sure they are reborn from sin and desire. From then born the curse. Curse them all, along with their children and their children's children. And for when the time comes, curse them, Trinity and true divinity." As you can see, he's slowly engrossed, hysteric in his own words. "Bless them with my seed. Allow them to receive my blessing. Make them feel reborn." And with that, he quickly drops his arms and closes shut the book. He takes a very deep breath. Every being made under the pretext of a false god is repulsive. I will twist the malice in them, and soon divinity will be reached. Praise the sun. He takes his final deep breath in, walks down from the podium, and steps away. As you can hear the moaning and the wheezing and the louder screams and agonizing screeches of those there. All right, what'd you guys do with?
How heavy is the book that he was reading from?
Say it's like maybe like half a pound. It's a book, but it's not that heavy.
Okay, can I use Mage Hand to take it? Like, I can get closer because I'm dressed like one of the nuns. So can I get closer, and then when I'm within like the 30 feet that's allowed with Mage Hand, can I cast
Yeah,
it?
go for it. You may certainly try. Go for it.
And I also want to do I'm gonna do a sleight of hand too because it says I can let me see. Is this the one where I can make it like not able to be seen? No. Okay, I'll just do it then. It doesn't really have any rolls for it.
Okay, you cast Mage Hand, and as you do it, he stops moving for a second, and almost like in a twisted way, he turns his head towards you, and you realize this isn't just a man in cloak. This is an owlin. As they turn their head completely 360 towards you, and they utter the words, "Sister, is there a reason I can sense thine magic?" They don't recognize you, but they see you share the clothing. They stare at you.
Didn't think.
No, I did. Okay. I'm not quite sure. I'm not casting any magic.
He turns completely around and faces towards you. You accusing me of lying, sister?
Of course not.
And your mage hand, you can feel like it, the grip of it tighten, actually, like if someone's grabbing onto it.
Mm-hmm.
You must be new here. Must have been sent from one of the other churches.
I am.
Well, it seems you don't understand. Maybe thine flesh has not been defiled. Maybe the seedbed has not made its way. I do not sense the curse in you, child. And with that, he motions a hand. Your magic is dispelled, and the nuns turn their attentions away from their current bodies that they are taking care of, and they look to you, all with the same desire-filled eyes. And he gives a command. Go, my sisters, defile their flesh, embed my seedbed curse. Give it your all, if some may say. And he turns back around as now 5 of the nuns make their way towards you, and combat starts.
Before they get towards me, right as he's speaking, can I use message again?
Yes.
I cast message to the other 3 and tell them to leave.
Yeah.
No.
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 Your choice. Or at least hide.
All right, peace. Nah. I wouldn't do that.
That would be really funny though.
It's fucking crazy.
I love how it's like, wow, wholesome adventures over here, fucking with fucking Team Igston right now, and then it's just sacrilegious cult that's obsessed with defiling the soul.
Gotta love it.
And with that, before combat starts, we will end today's session.
No way.
We get 2 cliffhangers. That's kind of cringe.
I love that. Not again.
Why?
No, that was the best way to end the session.
Yeah,
I'm
no, like
sorry.
that definitely was.
Not because I'm in the other team, but what a way to end the session.
Yeah, I'm
What's
so
so
glad we
special
don't get
about
the same. I'm so glad we don't get the same cliffhangers you guys get.
Oh, shut up.
Just stop talking.
I would like to say that was
No.
part of my plan. So I kind of figured something would be like caught. But also if
You
it
guys
wasn't, I'd get the book.
You guys are definitely
like
learning
to
the
say-
truth, though, of the sun. Go ahead. What
I
you say?
love that Kike likes to say he's not gay, and then look at talking face. A man with his mouth open, waiting for
The
sex.
seed.
That wasn't me.
I don't.
That
Oh
was-
my god.
That was Peppy.
Me realizing I'm the beard
Peppy was
forever.
on the wrong account.
Peppy was on the wrong account.
I hope you guys got the reference I was doing there.
Yes, I know, Elden Ring. You fucking whore.
Well,
Okay, put
yeah,
it
it's
in
based
talking
off-
face.
It's based off of the Dung Eater, because that's kind of how that was kind of how Pyrosa's religion was based off. It was kind of like that. The
Dung eater, and then you threw a little bit of Malekith in there.
Mhm.
Fucking
Be
nerd,
reborn-
imagine.
Mhm.
You're calling them a nerd for putting the reference, but you're also a nerd for catching it.
Yep. I
a
know
lot
Kiki
of
loved every
time.
second of that.
I did. I was geeking a little bit. I was enjoying it.
Please clean up your desk. You were geeking a little too hard.
I said I was geeking, not creaming. The fuck?
We know how that leads to one leads to the other. We know you. We know you.
How Meliketh make you feel? No answer. That told me everything.
Who is that directed to?
To you.
He's a cool boss. I like.
I mean, how does this
I
actually
like
make
the
you feel?
fight. None. Because he's dead. Can I fucking killed him with my bare fucking hands and some flies?
Oh yeah, you did. You definitely used your hands.
What are we talking about? Am I missing something?
No.
Meliketh is like a lion dog person.
Salem
He's the
likes
stupidest
projecting
boss
a
in that
lot.
game.
Essentially, Elliot, we ended the session.
Oh,
And
okay.
the session ended with essentially Aurelia getting caught.
Right.
Them not realizing how powerful of a sorcerer the person that they were dealing with is. Magic being
The like
dispelled.
priest guy.
The priest guy, yes, who was an Owlin priest.
Yeah, I'll get a feather from him. I need it for
And
something.
interestingly enough,
Like one of his feathers, please.
it
You
seems
can
that
just
right
take one
now
of Freyr's feathers.
I need an owl feather.
the church is obsessed
Freyr, you
with
know.
He's not an owl.
He's a bird.
Anyways, say
It
this.
seems that the church is obsessed with destroying the soul through its most cardinal flaw, which is lust.
It's fun.
And destroying the body, destroying the mind, leaving the soul aimless and aimless, essentially. Which is why he like mentioned that his whole thing is like, what's it called, to like rid them of lust, make them agonize in it, implant like the seed, the seed bed, curse them, allow them to be reborn once again through agony and death.
Damn. No, it's
Such a-
I like this session a lot.
I told you that Endless Rest was fucking having like
Helen.
hell, like, what's it called, murder mystery, the cult things.
I would like to say that genuinely, I was scheming alone
Hello, by myself.
to try and get caught. I was trying to get
Please
caught.
calm me.
Touch me!
Oh my god.
Touch me!
It's okay, I get to fight, so I'm happy.
The whole like nun thing with like the fucking defilement though kind of reminded me of Baldur's Gate.
Oh really?
Oh, the
so.
Madness Church.
Huh?
or
You don't
whatever.
remember? There's the one church with like the doctor and then like the bunch of nurses.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the undead
different
doctor.
though.
Well, no.
That was a
like,
little different though.
It was mutilation instead of like.
Yeah, they were just
sexually-
fucking murdering them.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't connect for me. It was not fucking in that church. Or that little area. It's not even a church.
Well, I
It's
will
awesome.
emphasize defilement can mean a lot of things. So there probably was no there was definitely space for people who have been mutilated. There probably was a bit of mutilation. I told you, there's a lot of corpses just standing around there, like foaming from the mouth. Some of them are not like properly put together. Their souls are being broken, and that means through every way, shape, or form they need to be defiled before the curse can be applied. Destroy the
y'all deal
body,
with that
destroy the
alone.
mind.
Y'all deal with
Think
that
of it like
alone.
that. That's the idea. Destroy the body, destroy the mind, destroy the body, destroy the mind, free the soul.
One thing I've realized is I have a knack for avoiding important fights. Like the first fight we ever got into with the fucking like giant squid, I avoided it.
The Aboleth? Yeah.
The fucking I avoided that. I avoided the king fight. What did you
How
guys
do you do
fight
this? You
yesterday?
haven't gotten into one single fight that we were meant to be in the entire campaign.
I was gonna
Except
say
the man you
Wow.
murdered in like session 2.
Yeah, that was my only like combat.
Yeah, but you didn't need to do that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you do that. You always get yourself in predicaments.
No, it's not your fault, Salem. It's Kike's fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I blame Kike.
What?
I also blame Kike.
How was I supposed to know when I jumped off the ship that you guys were gonna get attacked 3 minutes later?
that is true.
Sometimes when you're on a ship in the middle of the sea with no other option but to stay on the boat, sometimes the best
spicy
option is
chicken
staying
with
on the boat.
But
Eboki.
shiny.
I mean, it's just spicy.
Fuck
Can I
you.
trade you a chicken for a bite? It's a rice grain.
What do you
Maybe
want, like chicken or
Just a
teboki?
bite of chicken.
Okay,
I'm
hold
ending
on.
the
I
recording.
might trade you this.